Hail and well met, everybody! Sorry, the thing paused on me, which is super cool. And there we go. Now we have music. Hail and well met, traveler, and welcome to PSL Comedy presents the Fellguard, a D&D live play. My name is Jordan Tries, and I'm going to be your GM for Season 3. If you are not caught up yet, you can check out Seasons 1 and 2 on our YouTube channel, PSL Comedy. But we can't have a Season 3 without our wonderful players, so let's go ahead and get reintroduced. We have Buster Barnes playing Xeris. Hi, how you doing, buddy?
Hello. I'm doing good, man. I got yeehaw bitches on my shirt, so let's go.
So he's live, laugh, love, and life. We got Ashley Strange playing Voxy.
I don't know if you can see it on the stream.
Yeah.
Just, what's your shirt say?
My shirt.
Yeah.
My shirt has Mother of Dragons on it. So.
Yes, very good. From the
Yeah.
Game of Thrones.
Yes.
We've got
Yes.
We've got I'm an Owl Hoot playing Oliver.
Hi, I've got mustard on my shirt.
he had a big old hot dog earlier, so he's all glizzied up and ready to go. And then Jason the Argonaut's making the biggest ick face I've ever seen, playing our brand new character.
I just regret coming back for season 3. I don't know why I renewed my contract. I think I really should have taken the out when it was presented to me.
Was it the
Needed
phrase
money.
glizzied up? Was that what?
Yeah, that was the one. Yeah, you think Wes, that was the phrase that got me.
It was glizzied up. Oh, well, if that's gonna be the thing that's gonna break you, I'm sorry. The game is gonna get a lot worse.
Oh,
no.
dear God.
It's good to be back. I'm a ride one.
It is good to be back, folks. We are going to be doing this for the next 10 weeks. Yes, that's right. I said 10.
It'll be Christmas by the time we're done.
It will be.
Pretty much.
We've got our characters reintroduced. Let's talk real quick about streaming stuff. Here at PSL Comedy, we stream every single Monday and Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern. If you want to be notified the next time that we go live, you can do so by giving us a little bit of a follow or giving us a little bit of a subscribe, just to hop in and say hi. Just a little bit of one. Just a little bit. And then if you'd like to chat more, you can jump in our Discord, where we are always having fun little chats or posting some dumb shit that we saw online. It's a lot of fun. We have some cosplay groups. We have some pop culture groups and all sorts of fun things in between. And then, of course, make sure you follow us on all the social medias at PSL Comedy so you can see what we are getting ready to do next. I didn't think of a thing. Oh no, we'll figure something out. Normally I have a thing whenever we cut to credits, and I didn't think about it at all.
Uh-oh.
No.
Oh, no, Jordan.
Oh, man.
You can't do
Guess we
beat
gotta-
footage anymore. We
Can't do-
already put the
That was a-
button on that.
That was a wrap on season 3, everybody.
Yeah.
Good job.
Oh, good night.
Yeah,
Can we-
everybody.
Can we instead, can I just
Bye.
get... No, we're not back. We're not back. We're coming back. Let's see those credits.
Lizzie, those credits.
Glizzy those credits. Gliz up.
Oh!
Welcome back.
Oh my God.
So, previously on Season 2, the continent of the Dueling Serpents is run by guilds. Massive organizations that help control the progress of civilization, and no guild is larger or more prestigious than the monster hunting guild known as the Fellguard. Our heroes Xeris, Oliver, Pepper, and Voxy, aka the Breakfast Company, have already saved the world once. They were instrumental in protecting the capital city of Dawnspire from a massive elemental monster created by an Ifriti named Vergalath. We could thank Pepper for that one. 5 years after their victory, however, they grew apart. They were brought back together to attend the funeral of Marvian Ashford, the leader of the Fellguard back in Dawnspire, and while they were there, the funeral was attacked by a cult. Dozens were killed in the attack, and we were introduced to an orc named Kashar, who helped out our heroes during the fight. We learned about a new technology, Jaunt Tech, a portal technology that would allow our heroes to teleport across vast distances. And using this technology, the Breakfast Company hunted down the cult, where they returned back to the city of Dawnspire to realize that Kashar had just been voted in as leader of the Fellguard. And after assisting in a very bloody revenge mission with Oliver, the group was starting to realize that Kashar was motivated by more than just hunting monsters. You all decided to investigate his past, traveling to the home of the Arcane Alliance in Basin Crest, where you learned of Kashar's dark past within the Fellguard. The group found evidence that Kashar himself was responsible for killing Marvian Ashford, as well as manipulating the cult into attacking the funeral using his status and his connections within the Guild Council and the Arcane Alliance. Backing him financially, he was able to get himself voted as leader of the Fellguard. And once he found out what you knew, he went on the warpath, killing Voxy's mentor, Sarah Delnice. And the group then put together a plan to reveal Kashar's betrayal to the Guild Council. They arrived there only to learn that many on the council were already in Kashar's pocket, and a fight broke out, several council members falling to the combat until it accumulated on a balcony where Kashar, broken and bleeding, attacked one final time. Only moments before the others were able to strike him down, he killed Pepper Feist. And our story ended with Pepper's body being cremated as our remaining heroes realized that Kashar had, in fact, won. He had systematically destroyed the Fellguard, and the Arcane Alliance was working to take them over, becoming the largest guild in the land. The guild wars had begun, and whether they liked it or not, the story is far from over. And so, we are going to begin our tale 2 months ago. It's cold. It's dark. And because you cannot see the sun, it makes it hard to tell when it's exactly dawn. But Saga, you do your prayers anyway. What does it look like as you pray?
Are there any water sources by me?
There is a small underground spring that runs into this cavern. It is fairly clean. You can see that the water, when it pools in, it forms almost a reflective surface, and using any kind of light spells or arcane crystals that kind of dot this area, you're able to see your reflection clearly in the water.
Yeah, then I'll be by that. I think it's the kind of thing where you put your hands right on the surface of the water and keep them still to almost get as close to full stillness in the water as you possibly can. And then it probably just looks like meditation. I think there's no spoken out loud bit. I think it's all internal.
As you repeat your mantra to yourself, hands over top of the pool of water, you sneak a glance, peeking ever so slightly. And for the briefest moment, your hand is hovering above the pool before it touches the water, and there's a ripple. And in that ripple, you see a woman flickering, her eyes a deep shade of green. And then you hear heavy footsteps behind you, and your focus is broken. And you watch as a man comes walking up behind you. This is Tedric. This is one of the mages who you work with. And as Tedric walks up, he says, it looks like they're getting ready to start.
All right, perfect timing. Yes, I was just wrapping up. Just finishing. Thank you so much.
He looks down at the water, looks at you, and then gives a nod. And you watch as he turns and leaves the direction he came. You gather your things, put them away in your tent, and as you walk through the hall, you walk into the main chamber of this cavern. It is lit up entirely with these bright kind of purple and gold arcane crystals, and you can see that there are probably 50 or so Arcane Alliance members and Transporter Guild scientists who are working in here, moving equipment and clearing space around the center of this massive cavern. And when I say massive, I mean that it is almost the size of like a cathedral. It is a gargantuan space. And in the center of the cavern, you see an enormous version of the Jaunt Gate. You can look over in the center and you can see that Mordain Marbleforce, the dwarf, is attaching some final cabling to the machine. It looks like this large clockwork gear with a hollow center. And on the sides, we see dozens of technicians and transporter scientists who are adjusting and making final calculations. It's at this point we hear a voice cry out from the crowd. Is it ready yet, Mordain? Mordain the dwarf takes off his goggles, puts them up onto his forehead, and he turns to look at the speaker and goes, yes, I believe it is. Saga, you turn and you look and you can see an elf with a shaven head, fully bald, with multiple arcane tattoos that are glowing faintly. His face is pale and he's wearing blue and gold robes that look regal as hell. He raises his hands and a hushed silence falls across the room. This is Ryder Voltaire, the leader of the Jaunt Project. Saga, as you look at this, what's going through your head?
I think that is this like, oh boy, we've been building to this for X amount of time, like, and it is the first time we've tried this?
This is the culmination of months of work. Everything that you had previously had been kind of built up over the last, I would say, year and a half, culminating in the first ever actual test project, which was used in Dawnspire. And now this new version that you fast-tracked is now available and ready here in the present day. This is a monumental occasion.
I think there's a lot of nerves. Because it's kind of like, if this doesn't work, then what was it all for?
Yeah.
So I think that's probably what my morning prayers were about, it was a lot of like, hey, Eldad, it would be so cool if this worked today, please.
As you think through this, you watch as a technician brings Ryder two large mechanical gloves, each outfitted with diodes and arcane bulbs that are sparking and zapping. And as they crackle and hum with energy, he puts them on one by one. And they are massive gauntlets. Like, we saw the gauntlets that you guys used earlier. They were like little tiny bracers. These are like, you know, the Hulk fist hands? It's kind of like that kind of size on them, but mechanical hands that he can move and articulate. You
and
watch
it's got 6 shiny little gemstones on the knuckles.
Yes, exactly. You watch as the other scientists now move away from the Jaunt Gate. And he says, I'd like to thank you all for your part in this. Know that every single one of your names will be remembered in history for the important work that you've all done. And he gestures out to the crowd of Arcane Alliance members who all sort of sit back and nod respectfully. He fiddles a bit with the gloves, these large and bulky items that are tough to wield, and you watch as he raises them up. And as he does so, the air seems to sort of like burn with a static charge. What we are about to do will change the course of not only this war, but our place in history. And as he raises his gloves, they alight with bright blue energy as power surges from them to the cables to the jaunt gate. And there is a whining and a clicking and then a huge rush of energy. Sparks fly off of the gate as suddenly you look over and this loud rushing sound that is building up as he looks to a scientist and you see him nod. And when he nods, the scientist throws a switch and then suddenly the jaunt gate opens with a burst of energy and heat as this bright blue portal opens up within the confines of the ring. The portal is bright blue and deepens to an infinite black in the center. And you see as he laughs and goes, the infinite pathways of the cosmos are now ours to walk. The powers of the planes of existence are ours to command. Saga, you watch as the man with the gloves, Ryder Voltaire, begins to laugh, and there is applause that is triumphant from the crowd. What are you thinking in this moment? What do you see?
I think he's making a really big song and dance of this for it not to have worked yet. I think, I'm very, I think it's one of those things where it's like the more he's like hyping this up, the more it's like, oh, this is just gonna, this can't go well, right? Like, this can't.
You watch as you look over, you spot Tedric, the man who is standing next to you, and you can see that his eyes are wide, and there is a big like smile on his face, not of like excitement or joy, but of like the promise of retribution.
Yeah.
He turns and he looks at you, and we hear the voice again. Victory is now at hand. The Fellguard shall feel the wrath of... And then there's a sound. A faint shimmering light begins to pour out of the portal. Small little particles that suddenly begin to flit and emerge in the air. And suddenly, in one big flowing out from the jaunt gate itself, all of the arcane crystals in the space suddenly die. And the room is now bathed in darkness, save for the blue glow of the portal. You watch as Tedric kind of looks confused and he holds up his hand, and you watch as he makes a sign for light. And then he stops and he looks at his palm as the spell does nothing. There is suddenly a screeching sound that cuts through the room. And we watch as, pouring out of the portal, we see dozens of twisted, horrible shapes, shadows silhouetted against the bright blue light. We watch as they launch themselves into the air, and you hear the screaming. As you watch as Arcane Alliance members nearest the portal are ripped to shreds. The voice of the leader goes, "Mages, to your post, defend!" And then it is cut off as some kind of flying creature envelops his head, and we hear as a horrible gargling sound, and you watch as the thing that's wrapped around him crushes in, and there is a splash that goes up into the air, coating the ceiling of the cavern itself. You watch as the creature begins to then feed on the body. Saga, you watch as one by one the scientists in the space are torn apart, and there is a rush of wind, and then suddenly you watch as Tedric looks over, his frozen in fear. And suddenly as he looks up, there is a creature that rides and bursts out of the crowd, and you watch as it cuts across Tedric. And Tedric turns to look at you, and we watch as a line appears across the center half of his face, and then he falls as the top half of his head rolls away. This thing looks at you. You see it's a massive worm-like creature with a massive sharp beak, tentacles flying off of it, and as it launches itself at you, you can see that the body is lithe and it's got ribs that are visible. It's got multiple pincers, and as it reaches out, slashing in the air towards you, what do you do?
Oh boy. I will cast Sanctuary on Tedric, and I will grab him and start to pull him away from what is happening. and try to
Okay.
run.
As you are pulling Tedric away, grabbing onto his body and moving away from the creature, you look down as he is giving you nothing but full body weight. And as you look down, you see that there is his lifeless corpse missing the top half of his head.
Oh my god, Jordan!
And as you drop it and look back and look over at the creature, it launches itself at you. And as it does so, it grabs onto you and wraps around your body with this large tentacle. You watch as it rears back and bites down. As it's going for your head, I need you to give me a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. That is a 13.
13. With a 13, it slams against you, and you watch as you are able to grab your arms and grab onto the beak as it's chomping and trying to bite at your face. And you watch as one of the tentacles wraps out and cuts across your whole face, and you hear that there is a white hot like flash of white, red, and then suddenly pain. And you are laying there for a second as suddenly somebody comes up and stabs into the creature with some weapons, some melee weapons, and you watch as they pull it away and the creature lets go of you and you collapse to the ground. As you collapse to the ground, you're looking around. You can't see anything, Saga. What are you doing?
I cast Sanctuary on myself this time. I'm gonna...
As you cast Sanctuary, you watch as creatures are slamming into the Sanctuary, the bubble. Your eyes are burning, and every time you move, there's pain. And suddenly, as you sit there, looking around the room, you're crawling between the waves of people who are running back and forth, cutting across, and you watch from your little ward area. You watch as one by one, everybody is being torn to pieces. The creatures all around you are moving and writhing and twisting, and this guttural sound is cutting through, and then suddenly you hear a laugh. And suddenly the screaming in the room begins to get louder and louder, and as you turn and look back over towards the portal, you swear for the briefest moment you can see something appearing in the center of it. And you have only one thought, and that's to run. And as you get up and you start running as fast as you can, slamming into people, grabbing them, moving them out of the way, panic is in your eyes. We watch as you make your way through the cave, and you can hear all of this sound going on behind you, this screams and splashes and ripping sounds. What's the last thought that goes through your head?
I knew this was a bad idea.
And as you sprint out of the cavern itself, we fade to black. And we watch as a new title card appears. And we see present day. We open on an empty field. We can hear the buzzing of insects and the soft whistle of wind as it buffets the grass into waves. And then suddenly there is a blast of energy, and the field disappears, and we see dozens of Arcane Alliance war tents suddenly appear in the space. In the center of this war camp, we watch as a large crystal that was being used to magically hide the camp is cracked, as arcane energy is now leaking out of it in blasts. It seems like it's only moments away from exploding. The camp itself is a flurry of movement, chaos and blood. Orders are being shouted, spells are being cast, and we watch as sprinting down from the tree line towards this now muddy war camp, we can see a battalion of soldiers, the Knights of the Fellguard, as they charge forward, clad in their green and gold armor. We watch as the knights draw off many of the wizards, but as they fight, we watch as a handful of figures in the center, near the crystal, begin moving. We watch as a crack, as a body is thrown into a stack of boxes that splinter under the force of the throw. We watch as a tiefling picks himself up off the ground, wiping his lip and spitting out a little bit of blood. Xeris, can you please describe your character for us?
Here we go. Tiefling, I'm red, horns, wearing mostly dark clothes as for the previous seasons. However, I do have a bit of color this time, including a cloak that is bright orange.
Very nice. As you pick yourself up, bloodied and stained with damage. You took 12 points of damage as you were thrown into those boxes, and across from you we see as a Goliath stands there panting and out of breath. He's covered in small cuts from your daggers, and as he wipes the blood away from his eyes, he raises his hands in a fighting stance, and we watch as they crackle with arcane electricity. And he goes, "Roll, cupcake. Let's finish this." And there's a small back and forth as we see the stomping of footsteps, and we move away from the combat to see another group of battle mages. We watch as the battle mages rush through the camp. They surround a handful of the other knights. The knights are then forced into a circle, raising their shields, and as the mages light up their hands ready to attack, suddenly, one by one, there's a series of whizzing and as arrows fly out of nowhere. We watch as one by one the mages drop with arrows in their necks, in their heads. We watch as there's an explosion of movement and speed, and an elf with stark white hair leaps over a tent. Voxy, can you please describe your character for us?
Ah, yes. Voxy is a tall, pale wood elf, and has long, flowy white hair, big old bright blue eyes, and she's wearing a long, dark cape, and on her fingers there are a couple of pink rings that make her think of her friend.
As you fly, jump through the air, you release an arrow as it flies forward. You watch as it cuts through the center of the Knights of the Fellguard and slams into the chest of a mage who is just about ready to attack. And as you land, tuck, and roll forward, you stand back up, now with 2 arrows notched in your bow. And as you let them fly, you watch as they fly forward, slamming into more mages. You hear a voice behind you as the mages begin to scatter the remaining ones who are here, throwing up their shields. And as they run, you give chase. Go ahead and give me an athletics check, please.
Athletics check. All right. That is gonna be +4. 18.
As you take off running as fast as you can, you see that there's a stack of logs nearby, and as you walk up it and jump, leaping off, you get a clear view of the mages that are sprinting away from you. Give me an attack roll with your bow, please.
Yes. All right. Longbow. bows. I'm having to find all my things again. Oh my god.
It's under combat. It should be your longbow.
Yes, I see. I just doesn't list. That is a 17.
That's gonna hit for sure. And as you, another arrow goes flying forward, you watch as some more mages drop to the ground. And as you sort of sit there and smirk a little bit, you look over as the more mages take off running, and you watch as they are all running towards a large tent in the center. And now we cut over to a group of knights that are now running out of the woods again, following up with the 2nd battalion that first came out. And we watch as a centaur comes running in through the center. This is Thane Hollowrock. This is the leader of the knights. And riding on his back, one hand on his shoulder, the other one carrying a massive halberd, we see Oliver. Oliver, can you please describe your character for us?
All right, so Oliver's riding on the back of a centaur.
You are not seated. You are standing on his back as he's running.
Yes. So, okay, as I'm riding in, I'm just like got a handful of hair to like hold on. I'm like not very tall.
He's like, no, not the hair. That's my human hair. Ah.
He's like not very tall and not very buff, but he's all tone.
Yeah.
Just like really well-defined muscles that are underneath just this gigantic set of plate armor. And as I'm running along, I got my man bun with the shaved sides going on, the leather headband right around the middle of my forehead here. With I quickly let go of the thing to push my glasses a little further up onto my face. And I use my magically improved jump and do a little somersault to like land right in the middle of people.
As we get like a snapshot of you in the air. We watch as Xerus jumps, stabbing his dagger deep into the neck of the Goliath. And as they fall and roll, he rolls away. And we watch as Voxy rolls in, grabs her bow, and fires an arrow. It's a picture-perfect frame. And then as you land and we come back into the combat, Oliver, you are surrounded by mages. What do you do?
I drop my halberd for a second. It hits the ground. My hands go like this, and I spray fire all over all of them.
This fireball just sort of sprays out, and you watch as the mages, some of them pull up shields, some of them are caught in it, unfortunately, and as they turn and move out of the way, we watch as Thane Hollowrock comes running over. He rears back, kicking somebody and stabbing another in the same moment, and as he lands, he looks over at you and he says, "That crystal's about to blow. Oliver, you need to find those troop plans or we'll have no idea where the Arcane Alliance is heading next." And as he points towards the center tent nearest by the explosion. And folks, we are gonna go over to the battle map.
Woo! Let's go! All right.
We went from the yellow funeral to the purple campsite. Look at this. Look at this absolute Pantene Pro beauty right here.
So we can see on the battle map itself, there's the arcane crystal that has exploded, and we can also see the tents and stuff that are nearby. The biggest tent is up on the very, very top. It is the one that you are heading towards, Oliver. You are right next to it with Zepexi. We can also see that over here in the center is where Voxy is, and then down here at the bottom is where Xerus is. Xerus is fighting off a couple more mages that are coming in. Folks, for the first time this session, or this season, let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Jordan, can I roll initiative just for fun?
Sure, if you want.
Just to see. Okay.
Oh, I'm having trouble picking
What
a
the
dice.
fuck? I rolled great. This is so sad. Jordan, I rolled an 18.
Okay,
So,
good to know.
Think about that.
I think this will be our first use of swapping my initiative for Oliver's. I got a 21.
I got a 23.
I got an 11.
I got a
Oh,
rock.
I need to roll Zepexian too. Sorry.
Zepexi.
Zepexi, I actually don't know what Zepexi's initiative mod is. Let's find out. Come on. Come on, roll 20. Do better. Be a
Do
better you.
better.
Does it not have one? Oh, there it is. It's +1. So Zepexi rolled a 15.
Okay, good to know. All right, I'm just putting out all the specifics here.
Xeris, do you want to switch?
Only if you think it would make. I mean, I think we'll probably be fine. I'm not
Okay.
too worried. I guess it's just if you were.
I can, if we switch, I can give, no, actually. Well, yeah, Zepexi would go before you, but you'd be pretty low in the. Let's not worry about
All
it.
right, Xeris,
We can
what'd you
play
roll?
this later.
What'd you roll, Xeris?
Oh, 21.
21, nice. All right, Voxy,
23.
nice. Oliver,
Zepexi got a 15. Oliver got an 11.
gotcha. All right. All right, so top of the round with Voxy. Voxy, you can see that there are two mages that are nearby you. And as they look over at you, you get the first chance to move. What would you like to do?
These, okay. I gotta zoom in. I'm blind. Oh, that's out. Damn it. So I am going to, I think, move to, I'm trying to get this. Oh, come on, roll 20. Do better. Do better. Didn't Oliver just asked you for this?
Be a better
Yeah, so
you.
those logs,
Okay.
how sturdy are they?
I mean, they are logs that are stacked and held with like bands. They have been basically chopped down from the nearby trees. They were using it for supplies, essentially.
All right. So, top of the round, I get 10 extra feet. Is that right?
Yes, I believe with your movement.
Okay. I believe I am going to move to. Can I move me? No, I can't move me.
You can't move you?
That tiny. It's not.
You should
Maybe I
have
don't
the
have
ability
the
to.
selector.
I can't move myself either, Jordan.
That's fun. You guys
Look at
should
that.
have-
But that's okay. I'll just tell you where I want to go. So I'm gonna pop up on top of the little stack of logs that's like at the 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 4:30, whatever it is, from me. Down.
Okay, so you want to sorry, just point and click
I'm
where you want to
gonna-
go.
Right. It's not letting me.
I love
Do-
Roll20 so much.
Do you?
Do you want to
I'm
just go up
using-
there? Is that where you're trying to go?
No, the smaller one.
Is your select tool highlighted on Roll20?
We're gonna find out.
Can you move yours, Zeb?
Yes.
Yeah, you guys.
Okay,
should have
because
the
my select
ability
tool
to.
is also selected. Should I refresh the page, Jordan?
I mean, always
Oh,
refresh it
wait.
because Roll20 is a pile of shit.
I just want it known
Hey.
it wasn't any of us that messed up the momentum of the first episode. It was Roll20.
Yep, that's correct. Okay, I've got the
We
select
can never
tool.
make.
Where do you
mistake
want to
again.
go, Voxy?
Right there, where I
gotcha.
am.
So you jump up and
Currently.
leap up on top of the
I jump
logs, and as you look
Okay,
out,
I can do my ruler.
you can now do your actions.
Okay, I am going to shoot red dot.
Okay.
That sounds really bad, but shoot the mage with the
the red
red
mage.
one.
Gotcha.
yes.
All right, go ahead and roll to hit for me.
And roll to hit. All right. Just to make sure I'm doing this right, because it's been a long time since
Yep.
I've done this. I have the +4 to attack. It's just a d20 with the +4, correct? Great. That is a 14.
14 hits. All right, no, excuse me, it
Yeah!
misses by just barely. So
damn
you
it!
are you watch as the mage ducks underneath the arrow as it slams into the mud nearby, and as they look at you, it is very clear that they're going to target you next. Anything else you like to do?
With my believe I get
You get a bonus action. Do you want to do like Hunter's Mark or something?
yeah, I'm gonna do my bonus action of Hunter's Mark. Who is the big bad here? Can I tell if anybody is
Right now, it doesn't seem like there's anybody who is like really standing out. I would say the one, the red one that's right in front of you that you fired at is probably the biggest one who's here.
Gotcha. I am going to Hunter's Mark that guy.
Alrighty. So you watch as Hunter's Mark appears. I'm gonna make a big ol' sign there for you, so you could, so we can tell who's got it. All right. Next up is Xerus. Xerus, where would you like to go?
Me. Am I engaged with the? Is this a guy
You are
that's
currently engaged with Orange. Yes.
I'm currently. Oh, I'm engaged with
Yeah.
Orange.
Big news, bud.
Congratulations.
When
to
are the
me.
invites going out?
I'm just gonna shoot him point blank in the face because I can do that now.
All
so,
right. As you pull out your crossbow and point it straight up into his face, you go, dodge this, and fire. I need you to go
If
ahead.
you're planning on staying right here, you can use your bonus action to give yourself advantage.
well,
Use
I was.
steady aim.
I thought about. Yeah, that's. Oh, you're right. You're right. I could do that. That's what I'm. Thanks. Where did my fuck did my character sheet go? My character sheet disappeared.
Probably
It's because I
closed
closed roll. That's what it was.
It's still
They're-
Roll20's fault. We're doing great.
Still roll 20's fault.
Remember, everybody at home,
yeah.
we're doing great. It's Roll20's fault.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes. Jordan, I'm gonna
Yes.
steady aim since I'm not moving.
Yes?
And I get advantage, meaning I can sneak attack him.
Hell yes, you can. Go ahead and roll a hit, my friend. AC is 15.
Let's see. Oh, okay. I was gonna say, don't need to roll a second time. I got meets it, beats it.
Yeah, beats it. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage for me.
Okie dokie. It should have gone through. Let's make sure. 27.
Oh, goddamn. All right. As you pull back this arrow, where does it go? It doesn't kill this mage, but it's certainly going to cause a good amount of damage. What do you do?
Well, I'm definitely aiming for the head, so
Yeah.
it may be like the neck. So like if it like slightly gets a little, so it's he's just like spurting blood because
Yeah.
I also can use my offhand dagger that I was gonna use
It
as like
hits him right in the throat, and as he reaches up and grabs it, you watch as the bolt is deep in his throat, and as he gurgles for a second, he looks up at you, and you attack with your offhand dagger.
yes.
Is that a part of your second action, or is that a bonus action that you're using it for?
It's I can use it as a second action because of my mastery, weapon
Copy.
mastery.
All right, good to go.
So it doesn't because I already used the bonus action for steady aim.
Correct.
I got an 18.
That hits. Go ahead and roll damage for it.
Woo! Oh, I shouldn't have had sneak attack. Oops. Oopsies. I don't have all my dice up. Okay, let's do it again. 3.
Hey, you know what? That is going to be enough to do it, my friend, as you reach over and as you say, dodge this, firing straight into his throat, you then grab your dagger and just get him right in the chest a couple of times, and you watch as the mage collapses to the ground. Very good, my friend. All right, next up is going to be Saga. How do you give any words of support?
Fuck yes.
Oh, to my real life friend.
Yes.
To Jordan, I would give the note, maybe saying firing into his throat during Pride Month is a wild statement.
I would say if I said it, it means I'm being an ally.
Okay. And then I would tell my friends that it would be really awkward if they died in episode 1.
Sure would be
So-
awkward.
It would be
Sure
real
would
weird.
be awkward, gang.
All right. So speaking of awkward, we watch as next up is the mage who is directly next to you, Oliver. You watch as he's gonna look over at you, and he is going to raise a hand, and he's going to do. You watch as ice pours out of his palms, and then there is a blast of light and energy that flies out of him. I need you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Ugh. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Here we go. Oh wait, that's not a D20. It's an 11.
An 11 is going to fail,
Yeah.
unfortunately, as you watch as suddenly slamming into you for 37 points of damage. This freezing cold ice that hits you, and you watch as your body begins to tense, and you feel this burning sensation as the ice covers your arms and your legs, going up your neck and your to your face as well. Next up is going to be, I think that they are going to, on the last thing that they do, they are going to try and run. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to the front door here. All right.
Who is the they?
The blue one who is right next to you. They did run outside of your little cone here. Next up is Zepexi.
Zepexi is going to dash as her action and book it down, like flying up and over to like post up over here near Xeris.
All right, the mage is going to take an attack of opportunity here when Zepexi leaves
The
her
owl
space.
doesn't take attacks of opportunity.
Hell yeah! All right, the owl flies out, dodging out of the way as the caster fires some arcane bolts at it. And as he goes, as the owl flies away, we focus down on you, who's just giving that mage a smirk. All right, so where's Zepexi? What's she doing?
She's down. She used her action to dash and just posted up near Xeris.
All right, very good. Down there in the bottom corner. All right, next up is going to be the purple mage, who is going to spot where Voxy is, and we watch as they reach down and let's see here. Yep, go ahead and give me a Constitution saving throw, Voxy.
All right. Constitution saving throw. That's a 18.
18 passes. You feel as suddenly your brain begins to warp as something is affecting you, and as you push it away, you now look over and you can spot this mage who is signing these strange arcane symbols in the air and muttering something to themselves. It feels like whatever they tried to do, it wasn't able to take hold. They're going to use this chance to run 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down here to the bottom corner. They're not fully out of combat, but they are running away. Following that is going to be the green one, who is over here in the corner. They're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. And you watch as they reach over, and they are going to, let's see here. Yeah, we'll do this. They reach out, and they are going to just fire some arcane bursts at you, Oliver. What's your AC? Is it 18? Is that correct?
My AC 18, yeah.
Gotcha. First attack misses. Second attack is going to hit. Third attack is going to miss, and it's going to be... I'm going to roll it over here because I don't have enough things for it.
I'm going to cast Shield.
All right. The first one still is going to hit you because it was like a natural 16 plus 6, so that's still going to do it. No, wait, that's 1 under. That's 1 under. Because you would have 23. So as all these things
23.
They slam into you, they buffer it against this shield that you raise up in front of you. And as he looks over, the blue one who's directly next to you is I think thinking that he needs to work a little bit harder. Speaking of working hard, Oliver, it's your turn. What are we doing?
All right, bonus action. I've already dropped the glaive or the halberd. It's over there somewhere. I'm gonna use my bonus action to summon my other packed weapon, a pike.
Okay.
And then I'm going to go down 1 square.
Okay.
And I'm going to attack twice.
Okay.
So I'll do first attack with the pike, which I need to know my modifier. Kids, read your character sheet more than I did today, please. All right.
Spend all this time reading everybody else's character sheets.
Yeah. 18.
18 is gonna hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right.
Who are you hitting, actually? Who are you aiming for?
Blue.
Blue.
Right?
Blue is going to make a reaction and cast shield, which will add the +5, making it a 20 AC.
Okay. Heard. Okay. Then I'm gonna attack again because AC is now 20. I'm gonna try one more time.
Okay.
Use a different die because you've not treated me well thus far. Die. It's worse.
Oof. It is a spell slinging fiasco as shields are being raised and they are glancing off of them one at a time. Yes, laser shield. Next up is going to be the one in the red who is has been marked by Voxy, and I think as they look at you, Voxy, I need you to. Let's see. We'll just do this. I think that they are going to fire at you. Your spell or your AC is 15, yes?
13.
13, gotcha. So the first attack misses. Second attack is going to hit. And third attack is going to hit as well. So you're going to take a total of... Just roll them all at the same time. 37 points of damage as these slamming into these arcane blasts hit you. And as they burst with this bright blue energy, we watch as suddenly the crystal begins to move and shake a little bit more as if it is getting ready to explode very soon. You maybe have one more round of combat before it explodes fully. The plans for the troop movements are inside that large tent. All right, top of the round with Voxy. What are we doing?
Voxy has... Okay, I am going to, with Hunter's Mark, attack red guy again with my long bow.
Okay.
And fucking pray. So... That is a dirty 20.
Nice. That's going to hit for sure. Go ahead and roll damage.
All right, rolling damage. It is not popping up on my sheet. Does anybody know off the top of their head? Is it a 1d6?
Longbow's a d8, I think.
Yeah, that sounds
D8?
right.
It's not showing up on my thing, so I don't know why. But all right, 1d8.
You might not have it like activated.
Yeah, I think I got to figure that out. This new thing is wild.
Yeah, drag and drop.
So 1d8, I think it's plus 6? No. Yeah.
Let me look at your sheet real fast.
That is... This doesn't say. I don't like Roll20.
Yeah, it's really chugging here. My God. I don't even have that many things up here.
Yeah, everything else works except for me being able to move my character. So
You are clear to move your character. I don't want to go into this on the thing. We'll talk about it in the break. All right, so just go ahead, add your d6 or add your 6 to it. What's the total? 8 total
it's
points
1d8,
of damage.
8 total points of damage.
1d8. Did you roll it?
Yeah, I rolled an 8.
Gotcha. So 8 plus 6 is going to be 14. Yeah. All right, and you're heading after red?
Yes.
All right, and as the arrow slams hard into the guy, he is your Hunter's Mark. You do get your Hunter's Mark damage applied to it.
Oh yeah, that's a 1d6 force damage.
Yes.
Yeah, 1d6 force damage. All right, that's gonna be.
And it does go up technically based on your the level that you're at.
I am an 8. I just see you deal an extra 1d6 force damage
no
to
worries.
the target whenever you hit it with an attack
right, so
roll.
what was that
and
total?
I rolled a 6.
6, beautiful. All right, so you watch as it slams into his chest, taking down very, very far. Next up is going to be Xeris. What are we doing? You watch as the crystal in front of you is shaking and moving as it's getting ready to explode. You need to get out of here soon.
This thing's too tall. This thing's too tall to shoot over.
Correct.
Or is it correct? Okay. Blue guy, red guy. Or do I get to the tent? It's in this.
Yes, they're in the top tent.
It's in here, right? That's where it is.
Yes.
Can you see my?
Yes, I can.
Arbitrary.
Yes.
Okay. What's the likelihood of me being able to go like around this guy without causing? Well, you said one more round and we're done, so I have one turn then.
Yeah, one more round and this thing explodes. Where are you going?
Okay. In that case, I'm gonna get in probably line of sight to shoot the one guarding the front of the tent.
Okay.
So let's do. Will I get a sneak attack with Oliver? Is Oliver close enough?
Oliver
to
is not
him?
within 5 feet of him, unfortunately.
Fuck. Okay. Damn.
Hey, thanks for the subs in there. We got some gifted subs that were handed out.
Oh,
We
amazing.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, fuck it. I'll just do it. Let me move up to. If I'm here, can you see my thing?
Yes.
If I move up to here, can I shoot at blue?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. That is a 21.
21 hits. Go ahead and roll damage.
Woo! Make sure that's turned off. Okay. 7.
7 points of damage. Beautiful.
And shit. I'm going to bonus action dash.
Okay. You should be able to move your character now. Try it.
Okay. Woo! Okay. Well, let me measure this out. I only moved 25, so I can move 35, correct? Right? Does
Yes.
that sound right? Because it's double, because dash is... All right. I'm getting away from the exploding... Get away from exploding thing.
Very fair.
Okay, cool. Done.
All right, you sprint away, and as you sprint away, we shift over to the blue one, who is going to look over at, I think at Zeb, and you watch as they touch their chest, and suddenly blossoming out from their palm, their body goes completely incorporeal, and they vanish from view. You cannot see them anymore.
Oh, good.
All right, next up is going to be Purple, who is going to, you know what? I forgot about this person. I'm going to delete him. All right, Purple is going to leave the map. They're running away. Green is up next, who is going to spot you, Oliver, and you watch as, okay, we'll do this. I think that they are going to, now that their friend is no longer there, they're going to point at you and go ahead and give me a dexterity saving throw. You watch as their finger point, the tip of their finger lights up with a bright orange light. You recognize what this spell is going to be.
Uh-oh. That's a 13.
13 is going to fail, unfortunately. And we watch as slamming into you is going to be 36 points of damage as an explosion of fire goes off around you.
Hey, gang. You remember how last season I was kept like, yeah, I'm going to die this season?
All right. He is currently unconscious. And we watch as the green one is now going to take off running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here. All right. Next up is going to be Oliver. Oliver, give me a death saving throw.
Oh, wait. No, that's a button. Hang on. That's a 10? Is it a DC 10?
Yes, so you succeeded. It was a success. Strength begins to return to your body, which is great. You rolled an 18. And as you are laying there, what's going through your head as you are currently unconscious?
This has not gone according to plan.
We watch as riding through the chaos that's unfolding. We watch as Thane Hollowrock goes in, grabbing your body and picking you up and putting you up over his shoulder. And he turns to the rest of you and says, "Get out! We have to go now!" And as we cut over, we see as the red mage is going to point at you, Voxy. And we watch as he is going to cast Slow. I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right. I dropped my dice. Pretend like that didn't happen. That is a 18.
18 succeeds. As you feel this spell beginning to slow your body, you fight it off using this steel technique in your mind, and as you push it away, you look over at him and his smile fades very quick as suddenly the crystal begins to spark and sputter next to him. All right, so I need Voxy, Xeris, and I'm going to roll for Thane here. Give me dexterity saving throws.
Okay.
14.
15.
All right, so you all watch as...
Wait.
Yes,
Did I fail or succeed?
you succeeded.
If I'm on Thane's back,
Yeah.
am I subjected to this?
I think he rolled for his dex save to get out of there.
Okay.
He rolled very high, thankfully. And you watch as he's like running. I think he's holding on to you pretty tight. Make sure that you're not falling. Give me one more death save throw, Oliver, just for
Shits and gigs.
shits and gigs.
Ah, I failed that one.
Nice. All right. One failure, one
Um,
success.
Jordan, with evasion, if I
Yes.
succeed, I take no damage.
Yes, correct. There's you.
Okay.
You're succeeding was you taking no damage as you guys run out of their blast radius. There is a and this explosion of bright purple energy blasts up into the air. We watch as it arcs across the sky, almost doing one big giant sky beam. And as you run out, you can see that the large tent and everything around it is now completely destroyed. And as you look over, we see as Thane takes Oliver, lays him down on the ground, kneels down kind of like a horse, and we watch as he uses he uses one of his stabilization kits, one of his med kits to heal or to stabilize you, Oliver. You're not conscious yet, but you are very, very injured for sure. But you are stable. And as you watch, he looks over at you, and we see as the knights are rounding up any of the extra mages that were caught, but it looks like a lot of them have misty stepped away. Doesn't seem too many knights have been lost in the ensuing battle, but we watch as they are returning over, a couple wounds here and there. Xeris and Voxy, you see Oliver on the ground. What do you guys do?
Run to him.
You run over to him.
Yeah. I am gonna. Can I cast Cure Wounds on him?
Oh, absolutely. I'm not gonna have you
how
roll
do
or
I-
anything. Don't worry
No?
about it.
Okay.
We'll just take up the spell slot. Oliver, you sit up, and as you look around, ready to fight, you see as Thane's looking down at you with Xeris and Voxy kneeling next to you.
Did we fail the mission?
Yeah, but I'm just glad you're okay. I should have been there. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't do that. You got this. Can't win them all. Oh, ow!
What
I'm good.
happened over
I'm good.
there? Well, I didn't even see what happened.
Got hit by ice and then got hit by fire.
Someone should write a song
Bad
about that.
combination.
It's not as therapeutic as the advertisements would have you believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
With that, we pan up to the sky, and we pan back down in a forest. Saga. It's 2 months after the events that happened in the cavern. The day is hazy, threatening rain, and as you step through the trees, we see that you are now sporting a large eye patch covering your ruined eye. Which side is it on?
Let me
I
hold
think it's
on.
your
I gotta
left
look at
side.
something
That
real
sounds
quick.
right.
I gotta look at something real quick. It's like on the screen. I don't want to be wrong. It would be. Yeah, I think it's left. Yeah, it's
And
left.
as you look at it, trying to determine which one's the L.
I think I canonically forget which one it is, and I always go like this, and I'm like, fuck.
As you are walking through the forest, you hear the sound of crows cawing and scrambling. As you look through some bushes, you can see that there is a clearing near a road. And you can see that there are about 10 bodies here, torn apart. There's a cart knocked to the side, and nothing looks stolen. The bodies are not eaten. They've just been killed. And as you step in, suddenly the crows flutter away in a whirlwind. Go ahead and give me a nature check.
Okay. Good news, everybody. This character's not intelligent. That's it's an 8.
An 8. You know that whatever did this, it's big and bad enough to have taken out all these folks. You probably don't want to stick around here for too long.
Okay, did these look like they were like random people? They were.
It looks like if this was done by random people. Like, are you talking about like the bodies themselves, or who did this?
Yeah, who? Like, can I tell who? Like, if these were like just random civilians?
Yes,
or,
give me
like...
a history check. Or actually, no, I'm not going to make you roll. You know this. These are Fellguard members.
That's great.
It is a
Oh,
party.
ew! I back up. Gross.
It's a
not the Fellguard.
It's a party of Fellguard members wearing green and gold, and as you back away from them, you hear a groan.
I turn around. Is one of them still alive?
Looking over by the cart that has been knocked over, you see that there is a gnome who is injured very badly.
And a Fellguard person.
And a Fellguard person.
Okay. Are they like under the cart, or are they just kind of like by it?
Yeah, it looks like it's fallen on them.
Oh, geez. I'll try to lift the cart off of them.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Okay. That is a 16.
Nice. You are able to lift up the cart just enough to tilt it back up onto its side. It looks like it was on its side, and you can now see that there is a massive wound on his rib cage, and it's bleeding.
Ew.
A lot of the blood has crusted. It looks like he's been here a little bit, and you can see that there's a lot of it on the ground. And as he looks over at you, his eyes kind of fading and moving, he goes, "Please, I have urgent news for the Fellguard."
Oh, stop talking.
And
You're not
he
helping
reaches
your
a hand
case.
up to you, and he grabs onto the bottom of your robes, and he says, "Nearby, to the north, they can help us." And then he loses consciousness.
Oh, no. I cast, oh god, he looks super fucked, eh?
Yes.
I'll give him a 3rd level cure wounds. Save this idiot's life.
Okay. And as you cast this spell, what does it look like as you cast Cure Wounds?
So I think I'm like, right over like where the kind of, you said the main like injury was. I think right over that, it looks like it's kind of like I wash it out with like kind of like a like magical looking like water that I summon. And where that like falls, it starts to like
This water pours across, and as you watches as it like pours down its side, you can see as the wound is stitching itself back up. It's a jagged looking cut. Looks like it was torn, not cut. And as it heals itself back up, you watch as he is not brought back from consciousness, but he is stabilized and healed in that moment. It seems like his body, whatever is happening, it is fighting back to try to preserve him. And as you sort of like bend down and pick him up in your arms, he's not terribly heavy. Him being a gnome, you being an elf, it's a lot easier. he mentioned there's someone to the north who could help. And as you look up the road goes north.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I follow the road north. If I can find somewhere to drop this guy off.
So you take off, walking as hurriedly as you can while also trying to keep him stable. We are going to now cut to a building. A very large and beautiful manor. We see that it's 2-storied. There's beautiful, like stonework columns, and there's a lot of glass on the side, giant windows. And as we enter the building, we hear a voice as we sort of pan and look over to a sitting room, like a drawing room. And the voice says, let me change the music from this spooky. Right. I think that'll do it for today. I hope you all have a wonderful night. And remember, we cannot change our past, but we can change how we react to it. We adapt, we grow, we change. It's part of who we are. Can't move beyond it in spite of it. Y'all are very much still in the making, so nurture yourself and be grateful to who you are. And we watch as the door opens, and we see Calland Silverson standing with a group of people. And they all stand up and they all like shake his hand and thank him. We watch as a human woman walks past. We see a halfling, a dwarf, a tiefling. We see a handful of the children of Orcus. And as they all pass by the doorway, we see Roby, who says, I think that might have been the best one yet. And you see Callan say, well, remember, we're not trying to have the best performance. We're trying to actually, make a difference. And Roby goes, yeah, well, it's working. As we look up at the top of the heading of the doorway, we see written in beautiful script the words Feist Hall. Welcome to the first of many Fellguard chapters. We watch as the door opens, and stepping through, we see Xeris and Voxy and Oliver.
That's really cute.
Foxy
doesn't say that. Ashley said that.
You're a jerk. You knew what that would do to me.
Yes,
you
I
knew.
do. I'm a monster.
Oh my god.
It's perfect.
As we walk in, I just kind of like take the back end of my pike and just give a little tap on the word Feist above the door frame. Just like a pop pop.
You do so, and as you do that, Calland and Roby look over, and Roby says, "You're back!" And he goes over, and you watch as he gives you all a big hug. Oliver, as he does that to you, goes, "Oh, shoot, I'm sorry. You need medical supplies? What do you need?"
Medical supplies would not go remiss, I suppose.
All right, we got some over in the lounge there, and he runs off to go grab some. Calland looks over at you, Xeris and Voxy, as well as Oliver, and says, "So how'd it go?"
Came back alive.
That's a good sign. The plan?
We didn't get
Lost
what
in
we
the explosion.
Well,
Yeah.
that is tough. But hey, we keep trying. We're fighting a war here. Wars are not won with these small battles, so let's keep at it.
That's exactly right.
He goes and he says, probably gonna get started with some dinner soon. Krause Ash is going to swing by, I believe. I think he wanted to speak with y'all.
Oh, very well.
He leaves, leaving you three to go do whatever you'd like. Where are you guys going?
I'm going to go treat my frostbite and my burn.
You head upstairs to your room. What does your room look like, Oliver?
It's just a mess of books. Like I've taken all of the books from Callan's house and just, if I liked it, I moved it to my room.
Yeah.
And I've just like stacked them up everywhere.
It looks almost like a library. You have so many of these large like shelves and stuff covered in books, and there's also books that have been like came out and are sitting up in stacks on the floor, as you can see them as well. You go and you sit on your bed and just sort of cover your eyes, and you hear a knock on the door, and Roby opens it and says, got you a little something we've been working on. It's we're trying to brew our own healing potions here. And he hands you a bottle. Says, yeah,
I would like to inspect this bottle.
Sure. Give me a Arcana check.
Roby's doing his best.
He said we've been trying.
It was what?
He's not trying to kill you. We know that.
He's not trying to kill us anymore. He might do it by accident, though. 23.
23. Okay, yeah. They've been working on this for a while now, and this is one of the latest iterations. You've tried plenty of them to mixed success. There's a couple hit points that have maybe been healed here and there. This one seems more promising, though, as he's been working on the combination of ingredients. You watch as he hands it over to you, and as you take it, sniff it, take a sip of it, you feel instantly better. Go ahead, and I'm going to have you roll, let's see, I think 4d4.
4d4. I got really excited because I thought you said 44.
You rolled 44.
Yeah, you rolled 44.
Congratulations, you've rolled 44.
I got 10.
Nice, 10 HP plus 4, so a total of 14 is applied back to you. And as Roby sits there, he goes, yeah, I wasn't really good at pouring kombucha, but I'm pretty good at making potions.
Hey, the important thing is whatever you're brewing it for yourself and for a good cause.
Well, this one's for you, but I understand what you're saying.
The brew is for me, but I think the brewing was done for you, Roby.
Thanks, Oliver. You ever think about cleaning up in here? You got a lot of books out. You read all of these things?
Yes. This side of the room is the ones I've only read once. Assumedly, over time, I will move all of them over to this side, and then I'll have a clear space to lay out maps and.
He walks over to one book and pulls it out of the shelf and says, "You read this one?" He holds it up. It says, "Anatomical Studies of Centaurs."
I was looking for the best place to safely grip. Wait,
what?
Yeah.
He goes and he puts the book back and goes, "Okay, I think."
No, but see,
what's
if
that,
I'm going to
Callan?
ride a centaur
Coming?
into battle,
And he jumps out the door.
Oh, another social faux pas.
Best place to grip.
We're gonna cut now over to Xeris. Xeris, what does your bedroom look like?
My bedroom, in the same vein that Oliver has books everywhere, I just have kind of papers scattered everywhere. The bed, pretty much made, because I don't think I've slept in it in a while, or at least a very restful sleep. And I probably have like various things that I found, probably much to the disappointment of Oliver. I'm sure when he finds out, I've probably torn pages out of his books And out of his books,
Sorry, he's only read those books once.
yeah. I wait till he reads the book, and then I take it.
Oh my
and
god,
then
no, the perfect page on the where to grip. No.
No.
And then I had the stack that's specifically about centaurs. No, but yeah, but not a whole lot beyond just like what I'm like focused on. I don't think I have a whole. I still don't think Xeris really has a whole lot of I don't know. I can't think of the word I'm looking for, but like it's not. This isn't a home for him, so it's not like
Sure.
There's not like things of mine that I would have brought. Besides, I'm sure I still have the locket, which is the only like, personal item.
Oh yeah.
As
As you sit there, you look up and you look out the window and you can see the sides of the, I believe it's the Pinefeld Grove. Yeah, the forest and the mountains that are to your west, or excuse me, your east. And you can also see that the sky is darkening from thunder and clouds as there's a crack of it that goes across the window. And as you look down, you lean over the papers in front of you. What do you? Where does your mind go immediately as you see these?
My parents.
Yeah. You haven't seen your parents in a while.
Yeah.
But you were expecting them to arrive tonight with Krausiash.
Okay. I guess I don't know, like a slight amount of regret, but also just like I don't know, determination that I never thought I would, have in this regard for someone, and then just hope.
Yeah.
I think that's mixed in there too.
As you look down on these papers, you shake your head, start pulling them away. You see words like the fugue plane. You see the word petitioners. You see Batetsu, Kalimvor. All these names pop up. You see the word, the City of Judgment. And as you look through it, put your head in your hands. We're going to cut now over to Voxy. Voxy, where are you?
Voxy has gone to her room as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because we are waiting for Krausiash
Yes.
to come talk to us. Is that right?
Yes.
She's in her room. Very barren. Only the most simple items around. The only touch of home is a framed photo of her family, siblings, and parents. It's a very old photo. And she's just sitting on the bed, holding, just kind of like mindlessly playing with the ring on her hand.
As you do so, as you're sitting there, there's a knock on the door.
Voxy jumps because she's so deep in thought.
Do you open it?
Who is it?
It's me, Mum. Miss Dolomir. You
Do I know who
recognize
that
this
is?
as Dolomir
Okay.
Darkstone, the captain of the guard here at Feist Hall.
Then I hop up and open the door.
Opens it up, and you see this very serious-looking orc who has a short, like kind of buzz cut look with a handkerchief that's up on top. He's wearing plate armor, and as he looks over at you, he says, Miss Rain, if I could, we've been having some strange activities here in the hall, and I wanted to get your read on it.
Strange activities. What do you mean?
Well, some of the guards, they have been talking about this place might possibly be haunted.
Haunted.
They've been hearing sounds of footsteps, doors that were previously locked being found unlocked, things moving on their own. You know, of course, I checked for presences when we first moved in, but I can't find anything that can account for what the other guards are seeing.
Okay.
I was wondering if you and possibly the other champions could take a look into it.
Sure. Have any of these disturbances been violent or just passive?
Seems mostly passive to us. It seems like possibly it's a poltergeist, but we would have spotted that. That's the thing, is we took a look to see if we could sense any sort of spiritual activity, and we're not seeing anything.
All right. I guess we'll look into it. Have any of the spiritual professionals looked into this?
Yes, we've had plenty of paladins come in to take a look after me, just to double check our work. But, ma'am, the Band of the Shattered Helm, we know what we're doing. We haven't found anything.
Of course. All right. Yeah. I'll get the team on it first thing tomorrow.
All right.
If that's all right.
He nods, and we hear thunder again. We hear the door open downstairs, and we hear a voice that says, "Kralziash, you old dog, how's it going?" And you hear as Callan grows up to greet somebody. And with that, as the sun is setting and the storm is moving in, we are going to go ahead and take a quick break. It is 8:30. We are going to be back in about 5 minutes, so just be ready to return, folks. This Fellguard train is going to keep on running. We'll see you in 5. Welcome back. So, last we left off, there was a lot of chaos in a fight. Our new friend has just stumbled upon a gnome who needed some healing, and they were told to head north. And as thunderstorms are growing in the horizon, we cut back to Feist Hall, where we see Krausiash, this dragonborn, who is now the leader of the Fellguard, comes in with Cassius and Eldani Greylock, Xeris' parents, on his side. And as he comes in, he goes over to Xeris, Voxy, and Oliver as one by one you three come out of your rooms to greet him. And he says, "We should have a conversation." And he points. And as he points over, we head over to the sitting room. The same location where the support group meetings are taking place, with red carpets and comfortable chairs, a roaring fireplace, and a drink cart. There's also a large piano in there. And as we walk in, we see Ildani and Cassius come up and give you a hug, Xeris. Ildani grabs your face and starts like doing the mom thing and like rubbing your cheek and like getting a little bit extra dirt off in there and says, "Oh, sweetheart, do you ever bathe? My God."
I do, Mom. I do.
All right, well, you're a champion. Make sure that you look the part. As she
I know.
kind of gives you a pat on the shoulder and then kisses you on the cheek and says, "It's lovely to see you."
It's good to see you too, Mom.
Cassius grabs you on the shoulder and says, "So, how'd everything go?"
Not as planned.
At this point, Krausiash turns and looks at everyone and says, "I heard you all had a difficult time. Is that correct?"
Yeah.
They self-destructed their camp with one of those crystals.
We knew that was a possibility, but I'm sorry that it came through. Right, so we've lost the troop movements. We don't know where they're hitting next.
We don't have any other leads.
We have some leads that points them possibly heading further east. Maybe taking over some of the smaller towns near East Gulch, or maybe heading north towards the eastern Badlands. I'm not sure what all is found there, but it is, the problem between there and us is Basin Crest.
I don't suppose there's been any success on the research into bringing Basin Crest down from the sky, has there?
So Basin Crest is not
Basin
floating.
Crest isn't. It doesn't float. It's a mesa.
Basin Crest
Never
is
mind.
it is kind of a plateau. It is a plateau in that it was a huge chunk of the world that was teleported to a new spot. So think of it as like it is a this giant city atop like a mound of earth that has created kind of a mesa.
Yeah. Yeah. Never mind me.
He says,
I was about to say, did I miss something? And
we're still working on finding a way to get through the barrier that covers the entirety of Basin Crest, but as of right now, we have no leads.
All right.
He looks at
then
you,
let's-
Oliver, and he says, also, Baron sends his love. I was told to tell you that.
Thank you. I'll send some correspondence back his direction. In secure channels, of course. Thank you sincerely. It's good to know he's well.
He's thriving. He's been doing very well as a fully fledged scribe. We're very proud of him.
I am entirely unsurprised.
As am I. I wanted to know if we have any belief that we'll be able to make any offensive moves against the Arcane Alliance anytime soon, or if we have any plans to do so. Because as of now, we've been backing away further and further from their spot. I'm not sure how many more nights I am able to provide.
This is understandable.
Do we need to recruit more people to the cause?
Recruiting's difficult. As you know, the hunters are entirely volunteer. I cannot force them to join this war. The knights are protectors. They work for us. But the hunters choose whether or not to take bounties. In addition to that, this war may be happening, but the natural world is still moving forward. And every day the civilized world encroaches deeper and deeper into the wilds, upsetting the balance. Despite the war, the Fellguard still has to operate, and for that I need hunters.
Okay. Maybe we pivot our tactics, lean more into something in a more guerrilla sort of style. We could get a campaign of information to try and persuade the hunters. I pull out like a notebook and I start scribbling down like the honorable thing to do, arcano-fascism, just like scribbling down notes. We can get the word out. We can message.
What about spies? I know this has been shot down before, but I don't see why not. Sending spies into the Arcane Alliance, gathering information from the inside.
Spies are difficult when the other side has a near foolproof way to tell if you are lying.
I'm losing ideas here.
I mean, money's a pretty convincing idea, but I don't know how much of that we have at our disposal.
We are not the big money makers on this side of the war, unfortunately. He looks over at the rest of the group and says, as of right now, the Arcane Alliance is winning. And we need some way to learn what they know. And we're running out of time.
Okay.
At that moment, we hear a heavy hit on the door.
Halberd.
Your halberd appears. We watch as everybody else turns to look. Roby goes, I'll get it, and runs over to the door.
No. Come back here,
Roby.
He comes back.
Grab him.
You watch as a couple guards who are part of the knights. You see as Gideon Bywater goes to the door. You watch as he opens up a slat and looks and closes it, and then opens the door. And you see, soaking wet, hair down, sopping, we see, well, Saga, would you like to describe your character for us? You are muted, I think.
Oh, how embarrassing for me. Sorry, I wanted to eat. Okay, so you see on the shorter side, a high elf. She has kind of more tan skin, kind of like light blonde hair that when it's not soaking wet is kind of like has like a loose kind of curl to it. She is wearing what are pretty obviously like some sort of like clerical like robes, like kind of like in a more like white and cream color. And over it is an Arcane Alliance robe, like kind of in that like more blue gold color. She has a kind of light lavender like wooden staff, and an eye patch with a really like gnarly scar.
In your arms, we see a small gnome. We can see that this gnome has some like blondish hair and is still kind of unconscious. And you watch as all the guards kind of go up to the door and look at you, and then we hear one of them peek through and go, "Wilver," and push past everybody and go to you and take the gnome in your arms and goes, "What happened?" And all of you, Zeers, Voxy, and Oliver, you see as this is Lilith, one of the Fellguard knights, has gone over and is holding this gnome. She is a blue tiefling. And as she looks up at you, Saga, she goes, "What happened to him?"
I don't know. His little group he was with was all attacked by something. I'm not sure what. I came in on the aftermath. So
I'd like to Misty step behind this person and like the pole of the halberd just like right up against the neck.
All right.
Because you said like clearly Arcane Alliance, right?
Oh yeah, not trying to hide that.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
I just like on your
Is there-
knees.
Oh,
Voxy-
okay.
Voxy's
we're
gonna
doing
have her
this.
bow pulled out and pointed
Oh.
very
I'm just gonna-
close at
I'm
her
gonna
face.
grab.
Okay.
Is there like a? I was like, I don't think I'm. Sorry.
Oh no, I was gonna say I can't read. What are Saga's pronouns?
She, they.
She, they.
She, they. Got it. Yes. Pointing it right there.
I don't think I brought my weapons out of my room, but I'm gonna grab whatever. If there's like a fork or a knife or something, I don't know, just anything.
You
Improvise something.
grab a vase off of a small little
Yeah,
table and
just
hold it
like
up.
just like.
You watch as Roby looks at you and reaches down and grabs a boot and holds it up as well.
Just I'm gonna put my hand over it like and just lower it down.
Oh, they had told me that the Fellguard was very much attack first, think later, but truly it is remarkable to see it in action.
Who are you?
My name is Saga de Saltson. I'm a cleric. I healed your friend, by the way, if you wanted to ask.
Why did you heal them?
I don't know if your side has any morals left, but I personally value life of others first. So, yes, regardless of what side they were on, I'm going to.
I guess you never met your original boss.
I get way closer with my bow and I say, "That's really funny coming from someone wearing that robe."
Look, I didn't come here to start a fight, okay?
So why did you come here?
I'm sorry, did you want me to let your friend just die on the road? If you even know the guard's name, mind you. But did you want him to just, what, die out there all alone?
You hear a coughing sound, and on the floor as Lilith is holding on to the hunter Wilver, we see as they go, "Please, they saved me. It's all right."
Foxy, check for weapons. scrolls too.
Do I still have detective?
Scrolls. God, how embarrassing.
So just
Yeah.
pat them down.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was
I
like,
do a pat down. I do a pat down,
All
looking
right.
for everything, and I know all the good spots. I know all the good spots.
Give me an investigation check. Saga, are you trying to hide anything?
No.
All right.
Bro, I don't got anything. I don't have anything like cool, special, whatever.
I have a 14.
14. All right. Saga, what do you have on your person?
I mean, I got my staff. I got a shield. I got a blanket. I got some holy water. I can keep going. I mean, and then I have. I mean, the only other thing of interest I would think is that, there's like parchment, books, calligrapher stuff, but it's there's a she has a ring on that looks very much just like a ring, but like it seems like that's probably the only thing of like personal importance.
I would say that, and also
it's kind
your medallion.
Yeah.
Voxy, give me a religion check.
Religion check. That's a 19.
Nice. You recognize the sigil on the medallion.
Mhm.
This is a symbol of Eldath. This is also known as the goddess of peace, the mother guardian of groves, the green goddess. One of the major tenets of Eldathians is take no thinking life except in the direst of needs.
Oh, so you're an Eldathian?
Yes.
Interesting. And I pocket it.
Oh.
Oh.
Am I allowed to do that? Am I not allowed to do that? Was it like in a pocket, or was it like
It's around
your neck?
Around her neck.
Oh, I was imagining it was like a thing in their pocket. Okay.
and it's
Yeah.
a pull
Never
off
mind.
It's a
Never
pull off
mind.
thing.
I'm just gonna let it drop. I'll just let it drop
Okay.
now that I realize what it is.
So you're telling me
She's
you
clean.
weren't a part of whatever happened to him?
No. I mean, I
think
don't know. Do you guys have like magic, or is there any way you can vet me, or I don't know what you guys figure this stuff out, but
You watch as Krausiash steps forward and says, "We do." He holds up his hands, and you watch as this cone appears around you all. This like kind of like heat haze effect, and he has just cast Zone of Truth. Would you like to roll, or would you like to elect to fail?
I would like to elect to fail, baby.
All right. Krausiash says, "Did you injure this Fellguard hunter, Wilver?
No.
Where did you find him?"
A little bit back away south. He was under a cart. Everyone else had been grievously killed.
Why did you help him?
Because it was the right thing to do.
Did you come here to attack the Fellguard?
No.
Do you have any intention in this moment to attack the Fellguard?
No.
Do you have any intention to reveal our location?
No.
Krausiash looks around to Xeris and Voxy and says, "Unless anyone else has any questions, I am satisfied for now. Obviously, we'll have to keep you where we can see you. Miss DeSaltson, have you had dinner yet?"
We're gonna feed.
No, I haven't.
You watch as Callan steps forward and says, "We can make you something if you'd like. I think I've got some more pheasants that we can roast up. Give me a moment and I'll put something together."
Lovely. Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you.
How many members of the Arcane Alliance have willingly stepped into our territory? Is this the first time?
Are you asking me?
Sorry, I'm just I'm kind of
Gotcha.
like would this have the fact that like branded as the enemy walks to our front door, like kind of thing.
You guys are on the pathway between Glint Harbor and Trade Town. And you all know that is a byway of Arcane Alliance members. You kind of chose that this spot specifically because you can kind of keep an eye on things. But lately, you have not seen too many Arcane Alliance members taking this road. Probably within the last 4 months. Xeris, give me a history check.
Okay. 16.
You remember a conversation with one of the other guards here at Feist Hall. One of the Shattered Helm guards, Landros. When you spoke with Landros, he talked about finding reports on some bodies of Arcane Alliance members, where it was mentioned that there is someone who is like a title that is being tossed around. The words "the Nightblade." Arcane Alliance members are being found slaughtered, with very few witnesses ever living to tell what happens. On one occasion that Landros was describing, he mentioned a servant heard an Arcane Alliance member begging for their life before they were savagely killed and leaving the servants alone.
By something called the Nightblade?
Yes.
So we're letting her in.
Krausiash goes,
Voxy.
"I'm comfortable."
I can go. I mean, I can just walk out and all of
no,
the
no,
information
no,
that
you
I
don't.
could share.
Bo gets right in the face. We just had a meeting about how you know what, and you're telling me that we're going to sit here and bring in a dinner guest? Absolutely not.
Krausiash looks at you, Voxy, and says, "Miss Rain, I am the leader of the Fellguard. Remind me your position in the Fellguard."
I'm a champion.
Correct. I am satisfied with what I know. I'm not saying we give her free reign in the house. I'm saying we take her, give her some food, treat her like a person, and see if we can get any more information about where she may have come from. Does that sound agreeable to you?
I'm going to set down the vase that I'm holding.
And I think I'm gonna take the halberd out from her neck.
Foxy still has the bow at her face. Just lowers it ever so slowly.
I was just like, I'm
Says,
going to go over and lower the bow.
yeah. Yes, sir.
He turns back to you, Saga, and says, "Please come with me." And the two of you walk forward into the sort of like dining area. He keeps guards with you the whole time. There's no mincing words about this.
Oh, yeah.
You are treated as, a guest here, but you are like one step removed from basically a prisoner of war.
Sure.
I'm gonna send Zepexi. Would you say that this house is less than 100 feet tall?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna send Zepexi up onto the highest eve of the house, and then just lockstep in with Xeris.
Okay.
Put my lock elbows, and I just say, "Lead me," and then eyes go black, and I'm just keeping lookout with Zepexi.
Gotcha. Voxy, Xeris, where are you two going?
Are we allowed to follow them into?
Yeah, you're
The dinner
absolutely
room?
allowed to go.
I'm just gonna I'm gonna not stop. If we start moving, I'm not gonna stop Voxy from moving aggressively, but just kind of put my hand up and just say, I know how you feel. I feel the same. Let's just see where this goes.
You better be right about this. And I put my bow back on my back.
We transition now after about 30 minutes, maybe an hour, with all of you sitting at the table. Saga, you're eating. Nearby is Wilver also eating, with a couple of the guards who are standing all around the room. Oliver, are you still viewing through Zepexi's eyes?
I think I'm
Occasionally checking in.
1 minute in, 2 minutes out.
Okay, gotcha.
I'm just picturing me sitting next to, holding Oliver up in a chair as he's just
I mean, I don't go limp.
feeding him a little bit. No.
If
Weekend
it
at
is
Bernie's style.
acceptable, I'd like to use Zepexi's eyes, but my ears.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's okay.
Okay. So I'm I've got my VR headset on.
God.
But I'm definitely listening. I'm still listening.
We see as Cassius and Ildani are both standing off in the corner watching Saga intently. Saga, you're eating this meal. It's very, very good. And you see as Callan off to the side is sort of kind of looking expectedly. How is it?
Oh, this is the best meal that I've had in honestly a very long time.
And the
So,
potatoes.
honestly, when I spotted them, I thought maybe they were overdone, but they are right on the
edge.
kicker. They are
Yep.
perfect. Yes.
I've been practicing a new recipe, trying to see if I can get anything else going with it. I'm trying a new spice blend, and honestly, I think it has been working beautifully.
Callan!
Sorry. Y'all have your meeting.
You'll
And
have
he,
to tell me about it another time, please.
He nods, and you watch as he leaves, and Roby sort of watches him go and turns back. Krauzy Ash is just watching you intently, Saga.
So is there anything you want to ask me directly, or should I just do my pitch, or how do you want to
I would
go
love
about
to hear
this?
your pitch, please.
Pitch.
Oh, I'd love to hear it.
What do you say?
I'm just gonna start by very slowly, so they see what I'm doing with my hands,
Yeah.
no sudden
Oh.
movements in front of these clowns. I take off my eye patch.
It is a nasty looking wound.
Yeah.
Is it fresh?
No, but it is
months.
gnarly. It looks like it's been generally healed over, but the wound and the damage is done.
I lean over to Xeris and I'm like, what? Why did everybody just gasp?
Roby,
They took
Roby,
their eye patch off.
Roby leans in your ear and says, "Oh my God, it's the most horrible thing I've ever seen."
I can hear you.
Shit, and he leaves.
Okay.
He runs out the door, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Kralsyash watches him and then looks back at the rest of you and says, "Still keeping him around, I see."
We love him with every fiber of our being.
Don't question his usefulness.
He's very fast, I will say that.
Exactly.
I start putting the eye patch back on when they're talking about that guy or something.
Wait, I want
And,
to see. And I pop back in. To
No,
my
it's
own
good.
eyes.
It's on.
Just
It's
up
on.
here. You'll never know, Oliver. You'll never
No.
find out.
Ah,
That's the
Back to-
last
back to
time
the
this
Pexi
whole
eyes.
season.
It's not. Okay. 2 months ago, the Arcane Alliance had the culmination of a project that we've been working on that you all should have heard of for a good bit, called Jaunt Tech
Oh God.
Guild.
You watch as Kralsyash sits forward and says, "We believed that the Travelers Guild were still working on this. They seem to have aligned themselves with the Arcane Alliance early on."
I hope they all got to switch bodies too.
What?
Don't worry about it. Keep
Don't
talking.
worry about it. Keep talking.
Okay. Well, I don't know what you knew about. I don't think they. No offense. I don't think they told you everything about the true goal of the project, but the goal was always to open portals to other planes of existence. It was a project over 2 years in the making, and 2 months ago, it worked. And everyone died so violently. And I'm not.
How did you make
I'm
it?
not. My eye didn't. Mostly. I just ran. I don't know. Other people tried to fight. I didn't think that was a good idea. I tried to help someone. He got decapitated instantly. That didn't work out.
By what? What happened?
What attack?
I wish I could tell you what. But it was monsters that I have never seen before from another plane. And they are out here now in your world.
So
I pop back in.
you-
What do you mean, our world?
Like they're running around this world. And I worry. My fear is that the Arcane Alliance may not have learned their lesson on this one.
Oh, you think?
They're not exactly
Careful.
the best and brightest. So you're telling me that you released a bunch of monsters into the world, and you
I didn't
come,
do anything.
But you
You
were a part of the project.
you're a part of it.
What was
Yes.
your job on the project?
General support. I'm very good at helping people do things.
You were a cleric guard, essentially.
Yes.
I see.
So, we
Sounds like
thought
a
that.
bullshit job to me, but
And you maintained your relationship.
Oh, I'm
with
sorry.
White
I assume that you've never needed a healer before, huh? You guys are just fine all the time, right?
You said general support.
That one looks pretty beat up over there. I acknowledge that, like, Oliver's like, like, super damaged.
So after this project went south, you maintained your relationship with the Arcane Alliance?
Absolutely not. I have not spoken to or been in contact with the Arcane Alliance since.
Then why are you still wearing...
wearing-
Because it's cold outside and it's raining and I'm wearing all white.
Why would we believe you? Why should we
No.
believe you?
Then don't believe me. But when the world gets taken over by monsters beyond any of our capabilities, then you'll be like, I really wish I listened to that one cleric.
So what are you here to warn us? Are you here to warn us? Are you here to get our help? Are you here to take shelter?
I want to hire you for a bounty as the monster hunters you are.
Voxy like drops the knife that she had in her hand.
Curious,
and
because it
clatters to the
seems
table.
like you don't trust us as much as we don't trust you.
I have no choice but to trust you. And you have very little choice but to trust me. I will help you against the Arcane Alliance. I will not help you kill anyone, but I will help you fight this monster.
Sometimes those things can't be separated.
There's a war going on, if you haven't noticed.
I'm very aware.
Is there any chance that any of these monsters followed you here tonight?
No, but I do suspect they might be close by. Like what happened to you? And I like glance over at Wolver.
He looks over and he says, she's right. Or at least about the monster part. I'd never seen anything like it. These beasts came out of nowhere. They were fast and they were frantic. They didn't act like a pack. They didn't work together. They just attacked anything that they could. A lot of them went after the cart. I think they thought it was something alive.
May I engage in a line of inquiry, ma'am?
Oh, are you asking my permission?
Yes.
How polite of you. Yes.
First question. What is your standing with the Arcane Alliance currently?
I assume that they probably think I died. I had been with the Jaunt Tech projects well before the war started. This had been a long-term thing. I don't know.
Have
But
you've
I-
stayed under their radar this whole time?
I know generally they're hotspots, but I wanted to find you all.
Understood.
And I think I was led here for a reason.
Okay. Next question. Your clothing would indicate that you are a member of the Arcane Alliance. Is that correct? Or are you associated with the Travelers Guild? Are you not a member of any guild?
I was a student of and graduated from the Academy and have been a member of the Arcane Alliance since.
Right. And if it's not too personal, could I ask your opinion on our conflict?
I mean, you guys started it, but
Oh, that's funny.
What have you been told about the start of this?
that you all had been pushing boundaries for a long time, and that when you finally got some reasonable leadership, you decided to openly murder several guild leaders. I'm sorry, is that not what happened?
Krelziash, cast Zone of Truth on me.
He raises his hand and casts it.
I
I think he
tell
cast it on
Saga,
the whole room.
I tell Saga everything.
Okay.
All the way back to the funeral.
Saga Krausiash says, he's telling the truth.
Oh, that's
It's been a trying couple of hours. Why don't we take a quick break? Mr. Saltson, I'll have some guards escort you to a room that you can stay in for tonight. They will remain at your door. Just so you know. As well as by your windows. You're on the second floor.
I
Just so you know.
expected nothing less.
I'm terribly sorry for what you have seen. But know that because we are in conflict, we have to take precautions. He stands up and you watch as the guards sort of step forward. And he takes you and walks you with the guards up a flight of stairs to a door. And he says, I don't have to lock this. Would you like me to lock it or keep it unlocked?
In the effort of showing trust, I would ask that you don't lock it.
He goes and he looks at the two guards and they sort of nod, and both of them stand at the door. You open it up. It's a guest room. Nothing fancy. But it's a soft bed, something you have not seen in a long time.
Yeah, I haven't had that in a minute. Ooh.
We're going to cut down to Xeris, Foxy, and Oliver in the dining hall.
Okay.
I don't like
let's
it.
just
I
assume.
don't like it.
Foxy, let's assume they are telling the truth. Let's just assume that right now. They want our help. Now, we also want something. Something that we need. Something that we cannot live without at this point because we will lose this war. Now, I know that Saga does not want to kill anyone, but there's nowhere possible where we're not going to be killing a bunch of Arcane Alliance members. They just don't have to participate when we do. But if we can get any sort of information about how to get, I don't know, infiltrate them, any information we have on whatever this project was, what it has to do with what we experienced, it might be worth it.
Jordan, I know the rest of her guild said no, but do we still have any contact with Pepper's mom?
Yes, Morena has been working in Dawnspire, working kind of with the Fellguard. She is no longer part of the Fraternal Order of the Wandering Muse, given their alignment with the Arcane Alliance. So she has been, working where she can. She's an actor. She's not going to be able to do much within the war.
Yeah. I got you. I go to, I don't know if we have any like couriers or messengers or runners
Yeah,
in
definitely.
this house. I go to one of them and I go, send word to Marina. We should start see if she's got any friends who are good with a pen. It sounds like the rank and file members of the Arcane Alliance are misinformed about how this all started. If we can get a counter story, if we can get the truth out there in such a way that it gets to them, we may start to turn public opinion, if not turn the war.
Yes, sir. Anything else?
Just tell Barum I love him.
Understood. He nods and he takes the letter that he had been writing for notes and leaves. At this point, Krausgast comes in and you see that he has a scroll of paper, of parchment with him. You watch as he has a quill, and Roby is following with a little inkwell behind him. And he lays down the scroll and he unrolls it, and you can see that he has written out a contract. A bounty.
So in exchange for us hunting these monsters that they said are beyond anything we could possibly imagine, we're asking them for information.
Voxy, did you and your group acquire information today?
No, and Oliver almost died trying.
Then is this not the next best step?
I suppose so.
I'm just gonna say something that keeps popping into my head right now. I think Pepper would have trusted them.
Pepper trusted everyone. Pepper trusted everyone. That was their greatest strength and their greatest flaw. We know that. That's not fair.
Voxy, can I have a conversation with you outside, please?
Yes, sir.
He leaves the bounty, and you can see that he has already signed it. And he leaves the quill, and you can see that there's space for 3 other signatures and Saga's, which is already signed at the bottom. He leads you to the main hall, Voxy, and he stops and he says,
I do not mean to be cruel or to put my foot down, but you need to know that your actions today have been not as well thought out as normally they are. We kept you on as champion because we knew that you were good at what you did. You still are good at what you do. But I need you to respect my opinion. And I need you to conduct yourself in a manner that is befitting the Fellguard.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to leave with the Greylocks tonight. We are going to head back to Dawnspire if what this cleric says is true. then we need to get hunters rallied and see if we can figure out what's going on. If you need anything, send a letter. I know
Will
you're
do.
upset with me, but I do have your back.
I know, sir. I'm sorry that I have a very difficult time bringing under our roof a member of our own enemy under any circumstances. I have trouble with it, but I will remember myself and follow my orders.
See that you do.
And he goes, and you watch as Cassius and Eldani leave with him. And they go out to their cart. And it rides off. Xeris, they said goodbye to you before they left, just so you know.
Thanks.
They didn't just leave. I wouldn't do that to you.
I figured as much. It would be a weird moment to be like, oh, bye, Mom and Dad.
All right. Voxy, where do you go? You sit there and you stare at the door that leads to the dining hall, and then your eye goes up to your room.
Do I have to go sign that bounty?
Not right now.
I mean, okay.
We got ghosts to fight first.
Yeah. I'm gonna head up to my room.
Mm-hmm. You head up to your room. You are still feeling the effects of the conversation. While you kind of had to put on a show to appease Krausiash, you look over and you see that there is a chest under your bed. And as you reach and you grab it and you pull it out and lift it up onto the bed, open it up, you see that there is a leather armor set that you put on. You take
Put it on. Yeah.
put the chest back down under the bed, and you pause and you pull up a hood over your face and up over, and you go to the window and you open it and you leap through into the storm.
Vigilante justice.
Xeris and Oliver, you two are in the dining hall.
I want to be I was gonna say I wanted to read over the contract just to
It is
make sure
a very simple contract. It's not like anything that's going to give you any like legal footing, really. It is kind of more as a show. It just basically stipulates that we will try and figure out what is going on, what these quote unquote monsters are.
Yeah.
I think I'm like also sitting at the table as you're reading, just like pondering to myself. Hey.
Yeah.
We have a long history of helping people get away from something bigger than them.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go talk to her.
Maybe we should
Gonna-
give her some time. I don't know. We're all
Okay. Yeah. We'll give her some time.
it's
Uh,
I understand where she's coming from. I mean, I'm angry too. Do we have any other options?
I mean, we could go into that lady's room and stab her to death right now, but I just don't think it's a good option.
That's pretty dark, Oliver. That sounds like something I would say.
I just
I
go.
think Hey, can I say something?
Yeah, of course.
You ever think that will forget what they look like.
We might. And I hope that you and I both live long enough to have to worry about that, but I don't see it happening for a very long time. And even if it does, I noticed that Wes and Ashley have little keepsakes. And I'm going to pull out a little notebook that is just every time I remember something that they suggested, like my outfits or I should do this, I just write it down. I just go, you know what? Alzheimer's is going to have to fight me for this. I put it back in my pocket. And we know what side they'd be on in this.
Yeah.
So if we want to honor them, we gotta go full blast. You know what? We gotta lean into this. And if we're wrong,
Act first, think later.
yeah. Hey. Sentimentality aside, I don't think it's the wrong thing to do. I think this is the best chance that we've got, and I think that I don't know. I think this may be one of the few good people that we have met.
I hope you're right.
Do you want a beer?
Yes.
Two of
3
you,
would be great.
the two of you go over in the kitchen, and you see that sitting in there is Roby, and he goes, "Hey, all gone?"
Roby,
Yeah,
grab as many beers as you can carry and come drink with us.
I can carry 6 beers. I have tested it.
I knew we kept you around for a reason, Roby.
What's that reason?
Because we like you.
Because
We like you.
Thanks, Oliver. All right, 6 beers coming up. What are y'all gonna
I'm
drink?
gonna.
And he goes to the. With that, we are gonna cut to Saga's room. Saga, you are lying in, or no? What are you doing? Let me ask.
I am like on the bed, like on my back, staring up at the ceiling, trying to go through everything they just told me about their version of events 6 months ago, and me trying to like wrap my brain around that, I think. And like hating how much sense it makes. Like immediately how much sense it makes.
Yeah.
And just like, yeah, putting a lot of things in perspective.
As you sit there, you realize that you haven't made your evening prayers.
Oh, I roll out of bed. And is there like a mirror in here? Is there like a sink? Like
there is
what do I got?
There is like a kind of like a half bath in here. You go and you grab there's a basin of water that you're able to fill up fairly easily.
Yeah. Kind of like just shake off, try to as best as I can shake off like all the like doom spiraling in my head, and try to prayers for the evening.
As you go through your prayers, you speak through them. You don't feel her reach back out to you.
Mm-hmm.
She has plenty of times, but lately the last couple of times she's been absent.
Okay. Then yeah, I just get to the stopping point and just gonna wrap it up. You know?
We hear the thunder crack in the distance as the storm continues to rage outside. And we're going to cut now to the middle of the night. Xeris and Oliver, where are the two of you?
If we're done drinking, I'm just in my room, not sleeping.
Okay, poring over your notes. As you look through it, you come back again to the City of Judgment. And you think back, trying to remember who Pepper's deity was. I mean, you remember Vergalath, but that wasn't a deity. That was a patron, and they renounced them. So if they didn't have a patron, a deity, a plane would have been chosen for them. You're not sure what that means. As you tear through these notes, trying to figure stuff out. Oliver, where are you?
I think I've had enough liquid courage that I'm like, yeah, I should go talk to Voxy. I can convince her tonight, and then all will be solved. It'll be great.
It is the clock chimes 3 a.m. as you climb the staircase. And you get up to the door. You hold on to it and you knock.
Voxy, are you asleep?
There's no response.
Okay, Voxy, if you're asleep, wake up.
You hear a voice down at the bottom of the stairs. Go, Oliver, what are you whispering? And you see as Roby has stuck his head around the corner, and he looks nervous, but he's also like very concerned and curious.
I'm whispering because it's late.
What time is it?
I don't know. The clock struck 3, but I don't know what 3 things it struck. It could have struck like 1, 5, and 7, and that would make it 13 o'clock.
We could have slept in so hard.
Listen, everybody loves you. Come here.
Okay. he climbs up the staircase and he goes, I love you too.
Okay. I need you to knock on Voxy's door really loud and wake her up. And that way it's your fault that she woke up. And then I'll go in and I'll say the speech that I've been thinking.
Okay, this is a good idea and a good plan. Oliver, you're so good at tactics.
Hey. No one's ever going to be mad at you.
Okay. You promise?
No.
Oh. He goes, Voxy, come on out.
No, you gotta whisper. People are sleeping.
Saga, you wake up to the sound of someone shouting.
Can I, like, I mean, my room's unlocked. Can I just, like, get up and, like, peek my head out to be like, what the fuck is happening?
Yes, you do. And as you poke your
Okay,
head
I just
out,
want to open the door and, like, kind of motion to my guards and, like...
the door doesn't budge.
Oh. It's locked?
No, you crack it, but there's something heavy in front of the door keeping it from moving.
What the fuck, that liar? Can I try to push really hard?
Give me an athletics check.
Okay. That's a 15.
As you push, whatever's in front of the door moves with it, and as you push it open, you see a shine on the floor. And as you look down, you see that both of the guards are dead on the ground.
Oh my god.
There is an arrow sticking out of their chest and one sticking out of their heads. One each spot.
Oh, fuck.
Give me a history check.
History. Okay. That is a 16.
Your oh fucks get worse as you recognize the fletching on the arrow. Saga, everybody in this house is about to die. What are you doing?
I just start yelling for everyone to get out of the house. Because we're about to die.
As you do that, Oliver, you hear shouting from the hall further away. Xeris, you hear shouting as well. Roby turns and goes, "Oh God, they're mad at me. You promised.
No.
You swore."
Hey, Roby. There's no logical reason for any of them to be mad at you, because that's not Voxy screaming. Voxy's in there.
Oh God,
Something's
she teleported.
Oh.
Oliver,
I'm too drunk to deal with this.
I'm just gonna like poke my head out and be like, "What's going on?"
I don't know. Come on.
Xeris, you look out into the hall to see Saga running out, and you see that down the further the hall there are 2 dead bodies in front of the door.
What the fuck just happened? What did
Mike,
you
we
do?
have to go now. No questions.
No questions.
No, wait, hang on.
No, these are questions. Stop.
You killed him. I was wrong about you.
I don't have a bow and arrow.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm back on board. I grab Roby's wrist and just go, "Where are we going?"
Roby goes, "I don't know."
Not talking to you.
Xeris, Oliver, and Saga. You look up as suddenly. Oh, goddamn! All right,
That's encouraging.
you got to give me 1 second. Hold on.
Oh.
Leaping out of the darkness of the rafters above you, you watch as 4 figures appear, clad in dark red leather armor pieces. And as they leap forward, each one of them fires a shot from their bow. All of you are going to get hit here. I'm going to just roll this for pretty much everybody, because this is kind of a lot. All right. So, as they leap out, it is going to be a total of...
We all at least short rested between.
You did.
Yeah.
All right. So 18
For who?
for 18 plus 21, so that is 39. Plus 4.
Jordan, what are you doing right now?
4 is going to be 40. 43. And that's an additional 8 on top of that, which is a total of 50. 51 points of damage.
For whom?
Xeris, Saga, Oliver, and Roby.
Okay, I take half
no!
of uncanny dodge.
No, you are not making a dex here, I believe. This is not a save.
Well, I think uncanny dodge is not
he
a.
can half it when he gets
Oh, it's just
hit.
half
I
the
remember
damage?
that.
Yeah. I also
As a reaction.
Jordan, I have Hellish Rebuke that happens when I get hit.
That's very
Yeah.
fair. Okay, so you can have the damage. That's totally fine.
Jordan.
First things first. Yes, Oliver.
Can I throw myself in front of Roby?
Yeah, totally.
Okay, I'll take his damage.
All right. Okay, so you all watch as Xeris.
You said 51?
51 points of damage. Saga, Xeris, you're going to take 25 points of damage. Oliver takes 102 points of damage. As these...
Not a full death.
It's not a full
Not a
death,
full death.
but it is full-on unconscious. And you watch as these people appear, and as they appear, they leap through the air, landing and rolling. And you watch as in front of your eyes, they all disappear completely in thin air. Oliver is down on the ground. Suddenly there's a next to you, and you watch as two hands grab onto Oliver, and then there is a sound, and he flickers and vanishes. And then you watch as two more of these people appear in front of you two, and they have bows raised. We're going to go ahead and roll initiative.
Dear God.
Oh my god.
I guess does Hellish Rebuke not count for that?
We'll do it
Attack.
we'll do it at the very beginning.
Okay. I got 6.
All right. All right, Saga.
You got a 10.
Just get Roby out of here.
All right, you watch as starting us off out is Xeris. Xeris, go ahead and give me the damage for Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Let us look at what it is real quick. Because I've never done this before. What the hell is it? I'm sorry. I'm like, still getting used to like the way this looks. Okay, let's see. Ugh.
All right, 11
11
points of damage. Beautiful. You watch as, what does it look like when you cast Hellish Rebuke?
Well, I guess I pictured, since it's kind of like it's a reactionary thing, so it's almost just like he gets hit and then like flames just emit from him and just like target whatever just hit him. So it's like, it's just kind of like almost like bounces off of, almost like the attack is bouncing off, but in a elemental way.
Fire explodes outward and slams into the chest of one of these fighters, and you can see now, getting closer to them, their eyes are bright, like white. Their skin is very pale, and you can see that they are wearing this like hooded robe. Not a robe. It is more of like a leather armor kind of look. It is deep crimson though.
Okay.
Roby is gonna go first. Roby takes off, running directly towards one of the sisters. That's right in front of you. Speaking of, Saga, you recognize these people immediately since I accidentally said the name. Saga, these are the Red Sisters.
Uh-oh.
This is a group of
No,
assassins.
not the Red Sisters.
Roby goes taking off. He's going to try and grapple one of them. He fails as one of them dodges easily over him as he dives forward. And as he dives, he goes tumbling down the stairs, heading towards the floor. Saga, you're up next.
Okay. I will. How bad are you hurt, Xeris?
I'm at 22.
Okay, well, you're better than me.
How
So,
you know you've seen these before clearly because you warned us before this happened. Or do we have any hope, or do we have to get the hell out of here?
Saga, with your 16 for your history, you know that the Red Sisters are assassins who have the ability to phase between the ethereal plane and the material one.
Yeah.
They are people who are beholden only to gold. But if they are hired for a job, they see that job through.
do they seem to be focused on all of us? or just like...
They seem to not be paying attention to you or Roby very much, but they seem very focused on Xeris, and they already grabbed Oliver.
Okay. Well, I will... What am I gonna do? I'm going to do a quick little Channel Divinity Divine Spark to heal Xeris.
Okay.
For some stuff that I'll roll. It's not gonna be a lot, but it's gonna be something. So think about that.
I would have been down if I hadn't had the 16.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
And then I'm going to bonus action cast Sanctuary on myself.
All right. As you touch yourself on your amulet, there's a sort of building of energy that expands out and around you. And as you kind of feel the wound that was healing up from the attack, go ahead and give me a medicine check.
Okay. That is a 13.
With a 13, you recognize that the wound is sizzling a little bit. You were struck with poison arrows, which is why the damage was so dramatically high on this.
Oh, okay. But we're not poisoned.
You have the poisoned condition, meaning you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks currently. That can be wiped away with specific types of spells.
I know how to do that. Yeah.
Xeris, you feel the same feeling now, this like kind of wooziness that's taking hold of you. All right, anything else you'd like to do, Saga?
I would like to... Well, what I really would like to do is run, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hang by Xeris and Roby, because I said I would stick it out.
What's his name? What's your name again? We just met.
I'll roll a history check to see if I got Roby's name. Let's see. No, I don't know Roby's name.
You watch as one of the sisters leaps up out of nowhere, appearing in front of you, landing on the banister of the staircase. And as she flips forward, she reaches out, and you see a silver short sword appear in front of her. Xeris, what's your AC?
16.
She hits you with a 17, and you are going to take 5, and then you are also going to take 15 points of damage, so a total of 20 points of damage as the poisoning goes through you again. It is
10.
halved. And technically, she is going to have her surprising strike. This is the first round of combat, and she will have advantage against you because you haven't taken a turn yet, technically. So you are also going to get an additional 21 points. So 41 points, so halved to 20 points again.
Wait, hold up. So I just I have it was 20 it was I had what's the total? Because you just said 2 attacks.
It was the first attack. The first attack in total was 41
Give me
points.
the total number. Okay.
So
I'm
halving
taking
that would be 20.
20.
Yes.
Gotcha. Got it. Thank you. Okay.
Next up is going to be you.
My brain just stopped. How often does Hellish Rebuke happen?
Hellish
is that every
Rebuke
time? Or?
is I think
it's a reaction, so it can happen once per turn.
I think it's a reaction. I think you do have a certain amount that you can do per day. Let me double check.
Because it's a tiefling. I got it because of being a tiefling, so it doesn't have
probably once per long rest if it's a race thing.
It doesn't. I will say on Roll20, it doesn't have like the check boxes. It does normally when I have
Hellish Rebuke is a first level evocation, so I think it does eat up a spell slot.
Okay.
So it would have done a first level spell. It is a reaction though.
Okay. Yeah, that's one thing that it didn't say anything about on here, so I was a little confused because it looks different than other spells I've
Let
seen.
me double
Roll20.
check and see because I want to just make sure that I'm pulling from the correct one.
It's just the symbol next to it on Roll20 is different than when I've had other characters on Roll20 and had spells. So that's why I wanted to. That's why I wanted to clarify.
Gotcha.
Considering how close to dying I am, I'm just wanting to clarify.
Okay, very fair. So you're doing Hellish Rebuke?
Yes.
All right, they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay.
They, I'm pretty sure, failed with a 13.
Do they fail?
What's your
Okay.
what's your spell save?
My spell save. Where is that? Sorry.
Go to the spells page, the spells tab of your character sheet. Should be at the top. It'll say like tiefling.
13.
DC
So
something.
meets it, beats it.
13.
It's like
Okay.
I could still hear his voice.
So they are gonna save.
I'm not
So they're
dead
gonna
yet.
have half as
if-
much damage. So roll 2d10 for me.
Well, they said they were able to save.
Yes.
Can I use lucky and make them re-roll?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
That's 16.
Okay, so it wasn't it.
So go ahead and roll your 2d10. They're gonna take half damage here.
Okay.
Oh, technically
12.
they do have the evasion. If forced to make a dex save, assassin takes no damage on a success and half on a failure. So they succeeded, so they take no damage from here.
Of course they don't. Where's Roby in relation
Roby
to
is on the bottom floor. He fell down the stairs when he tried to dive at the Red Sister.
Okay. So I have to I have to get past them. Where's
Yes.
Voxy's room in relation to?
Voxy's room is right in front of you guys. As you kind of all ran out, Roby and everything was right in front of Voxy's room.
I'm gonna like a raised crossbow and then be banging on the door, be like, Voxy, get the hell out of here.
Voxy,
and
you
then-
crawl in through your window to hear sudden frantic banging on the door.
I furiously take off my outfit.
You are
shove it
covered
under-
in blood, and as you are pulling the pieces of armor off of you, tossing it
Mhm.
away, you are running to the door.
Yeah. I'm just like, what?
And as you open
And I
it,
like wipe my face and open the door.
you see a horrible scene unfolding. There are dead guards. There is Roby down on the bottom floor. Saga and Xeris are currently fighting an assassin. What are you doing?
What do I see Saga doing?
Saga has built a protection ward around them, basically.
Around anyone else or just themselves?
It looks like it's just themselves.
Okay.
It's like the spell only works for me and me alone. I couldn't do it on it. I couldn't do it on
A Muppet speaks to you from the void.
I look at Xeris and I just scream, "What happened?
They took
like,
Oliver. Roby's at the bottom of the steps. We gotta take them out and get out of here now.
All right. And so can you tell me where the
Don't get hit.
I'm
This
asking
is really hard hits.
You
Got it.
you
Out of
turn
game.
just in
Where are
time to
people?
see there's only one assassin currently here, standing up on the banister, looking at having just stabbed Xeris. They turn and look over
Having
their
just
shoulder
stabbed
and
Xeris.
look at you.
I haven't hit. Okay.
Okay. I am going to
It is. I mean,
take my
it is
bow.
not your turn yet, but
Oh, it is not my turn. Oh,
or-
no.
yes,
Duh.
you're gonna come in at the top of the round. Excuse me, Xeris, it's your turn.
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to say, is
Sorry,
it my
you did
turn?
hell,
Okay,
you
I'm
did
gonna-
hellish
do it.
rebuke, and my brain went. That's it. All
No,
right,
it's
moving
fine.
on.
I think it kind of worked to kind of, but it's because I banged on the door. That's why it was my fault. I'm gonna do a bonus action, steady aim, and fire the crossbow.
Okay. AC
With
is 16.
advantage. Good thing I got advantage. Damn it. What'd you say the DC was?
16.
I got 14.
You watch as they you raise your crossbow and they kick forward, stomping your crossbow down onto the banister, and the arrow shaft shatters in half, and you watch as it like limply fires out of nowhere.
I'm gonna try to stab with the offhand dagger.
Okay.
And see if that does anything at this point. Pretty much. Ooh, nat 20!
Nice. All right.
Get that
So
in the chat.
go ahead and do your damage and double it for me, please. And then don't forget to add the
That's
extra.
a 1. I doubled that. That's 2.
Yeah!
All right. A total of 2 points of damage.
All right.
Slams into the sister in front of you. And it is going to be suddenly you watch as blinking out of existence and appearing down near the bottom of the banisters, looking up at you all. We watch as one of the sisters raises her bow, aiming at you, Voxy.
Yes.
And misses as the arrow flies past, slamming into the wall. And you watch as the arrow kind of sizzles as it makes contact with the wall itself. Top of the round, Roby is standing up, looking very, very confused and nervous. He can't do much right now. Saga, you're up.
Okay, do I get the sense that they care about the man at the bottom of the stairs?
Not even a little bit.
Okay. So they're just going after these two.
Yes.
Okay. Do I have, I guess, what I will do. Wait, let me look at something really quick. Sorry, I should have done this before and I forgot.
Xeris, you're on deck.
I'm on deck.
Mm-hmm.
Already?
No, there's
But
one more person before you, but they know what they're gonna do.
Oh, on deck. Sorry.
Okay. Then I will. How close are all of Xeris, Voxy, and Roby to me? Right now?
Roby's on the bottom floor. Xeris and Voxy are nearby. Xeris is closest to you.
But they're like all. Would you say they're all within like 30-ish feet of me?
I would
maybe?
say
Yes.
everyone except for maybe Roby. So Xeris and Voxy.
Okay,
yes.
well then he's actually extremely useless to this,
Okay.
so I don't really. I was gonna include him because I could.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to look at these two and just go. You guys like each other, right? This will work. And I'm going to reach out in both of their directions, and I'm going to take my action to bond them back.
What does it look like when you do this?
What?
So I think it looks like I reach out like towards like Voxy, and you can see like something like light up inside Voxy, and then do the same for Xeris. And then it's like I yank both of them like together, and there's like a magical tether between them now. I have magically bonded you.
What in the
Fools.
Disney Channel original have you done?
All right, I will read this, and I'll have to read this several times because this is like this is the peace cleric thing. Okay. You create a magical bond among people you tie together for 10 minutes or until you use this feature again. While any bonded creature is within 30 feet of another, the creature can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to an attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes. It can add it once per turn. So basically you guys have like just an extra d4 once per turn to a attack roll, ability check, or saving throw.
Very nice.
So it's a little.
You
little
all
buff.
look over as
Free
Saga
buff.
reaches out and holds on to their medallion on their neck and starts praying, holding their staff out. And as they do so, they pointed at Xeris and they pointed at Voxy. Xeris and Voxy, you both look back behind you as you see as suddenly this eruption of golden light that starts pouring forth from Saga. And as you look back behind Saga, there is what seems to be a glowing silhouette, about 10 feet tall, standing there behind them. and suddenly you feel strength and energy flowing to both of you from Saga. And as you look over, any feelings that you had that were building between you, this feeling of fear or distrust, is starting to dissipate. And as the two of you look down, you see in front of you your quarry, the Red Sisters. And as they both ready another arrow, notching it in place and raising it up to point it at the two of you, we are going to end our session there.
Ah!
Yeah.
I heard the song.
Yeah.
It's like, here
Folks,
it comes.
that is going to do it
Oh my
for our
God.
first episode of Season 3. What a doozy!
Woo!
Damn.
You know, I had a thought as we were drinking the night away. Man, nothing really bad has happened yet this episode.
Except Oliver getting basically
Nothing
almost
really
killed.
bad has
Jesus.
happened yet.
Never think that.
Ugh.
Oh,
Y'all, these
man.
assassins are no joke.
No.
Jesus
Clearly
Christ.
not. When you were doing your first roll of numbers, I was like, what are we doing here?
They
Yeah.
get,
What
because they're
are we
assassins,
doing?
they get advantage on their first attack, number one.
Yeah.
They get extra damage of the weapon type, which is equal to 8 piercing
Yep.
points. They get to add sneak attack, which is 4d6, in addition to the 1d6, in addition to the 5d6 on the poison damage, and you have the poison condition.
Here's my question. You
We-
said
we-
they weren't
we-
interested in Roby. However,
we
they
can't hear
they were
you, Oliver, just so you know.
The sheer D&D tomfoolery of this aggressively heroic music playing while you describe numbers to us.
Absolutely.
And then he gets an +8, and because he is an assassin, he gets to roll the dice 4 times and pick whichever one he likes best.
Number one, they're both women. How dare you?
Hey,
My
yeah.
bad.
Wow.
When you said like Red Sisters, I was just
Listen.
picturing the witches from Star Wars. That's all I'm. That's
Ooh,
all I'm
yeah, it's not a bad-
picturing as
not a bad place.
assassins.
Point
I was
order,
picturing a bunch of
I was-
Scarlett Johanssons.
I was already
Yeah.
dead and gone by the time we found out who these people were.
That's true. He has no idea what just happened. He was just
I have
quickly
no
attacked.
idea. Just protect
Oliver being
Roby.
like, oh, thank God, it was a woman who killed me.
I hope I didn't misgender them. You guys, it's so good to be back. Can I just say?
Ugh.
Jesus
Yeah.
Back,
Christ.
baby, we back.
I guess, what do you guys think? Barbarian for my next character? Monk? What do I do here?
Oh, yeah.
We will have to see. You've got some fun stuff ahead of you. You're not dead. You are just unconscious currently, which is good to know.
And on another
Unconscious
plane.
in an unknown
They clearly
location.
wanted you for something, so that's
Hey.
all.
You know what? If I'm on another plane, I'm just gonna appreciate the fact that I didn't have to pay baggage fees.
Hey, there's the joke.
Here's the thing: if I didn't have uncanny dodge, I would also be with Oliver right now, and Voxy and Saga would be alone.
I
Yeah.
had
Guys,
5
For a
hit
second
points.
about how you tried to kill Roby without giving us a chance to save him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You were just like, I'm done with this guy. His final action will be to knock on Voxy's door at 3 in the morning.
Give us too many great Roby moments. I was like, oh no, he's gonna kill him off.
I can't kill my boy,
He's
or can
so
I?
tired of playing this character.
I love Roby with all my heart.
We're gonna make
gonna
make him the 5th member of this company.
No, don't make a GM character. No.
Take this. Take this. You are a bard now.
He would be such a good bard.
he would be he would fail upwards the whole time.
Oh,
He has
yeah.
no magical ability. He just keeps tricking us into thinking he does
If we
by
could
accident.
if I can change the subject just briefly, I want to give a quick little shout out to Jason the Argonauts for an incredible introduction for our new character. Saga was so much fun. Holy shit.
Oh, I love them. I'm
She's
sorry I'm so
fun.
mean to them, but
No, you're allowed to be.
it's
She's annoying. She's annoying as fuck.
She's a badass.
She's iconic.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
like instantly a fantastic character that really stands apart from Pepper while still having a fantastic energy.
Oh, good. Good. That is what I hoped for.
Yes, of course. And I think it's
yeah.
only fitting seeing as I've spent the entire session just trying to make you specifically cry, so...
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I don't know. Wes got in a little pot shot.
He did. He got a little sucker punch
I was
there.
like,
Hey, I
from
made
my
myself
own party member?
jeez.
Hello? I expect it from Jordan. I didn't see it coming from my own side.
Sucker punched.
Yeah.
Oh man.
That was okay.
Really
No
got
joke.
me.
That was something. That wasn't like me like thinking, oh, that's a sad thing to say.
That's
like
a good
I
line. It was.
I was literally like just when I made the comment about like I think Pepper would have trusted them. Like
Mhm.
that thought popped in my head. I was like, I wonder if Xeris remembers what Pepper looks like. And so then like that sat with me and I started like getting sad while I was sitting with that. And then when me and Oliver were together, I was like, I'm just gonna say it because I need to say it out loud. So like that came out of a real place, which was the nuts because I was actually crying. So
It felt
It was
very
beautiful.
real. It didn't feel like Wes was like, what's a really heartbreaking thing I can say
Yeah.
I'm gonna make Jace cry right now.
When you said
It's not hard.
Pepper would trust them, I had to fight every urge in my body to be like, Foxy punches Xeris in the face and says, "Don't make me cry." It broke my
Oh
heart.
man.
It was so good.
It was beautiful.
R.I.P. Pepper.
I was glad to bring back all these different characters and to now give you all a home base with Feist Hall. I think that it's...
Ice tall.
Unless it burns to the ground after whatever the hell this
Yeah.
is.
They don't seem
We're
to
gonna
be
do
using
to this
Feist.
place what we did to Voxy's parents' house.
Yeah.
Stop!
That was my first thought.
You're
when you were
dead
like-
now. You can't
this-
joke about it anymore.
When
Also
you,
Callan's house.
when you said that like we're all gonna die, we have to get out of here. I was like, oh no, the house is gonna blow up. Like that was the first thing. I was like, oh no.
You can't
what
give
am I
the
gonna
breakfast
do?
company a house. We will
Oh,
burn
no.
it down.
I really thought because when I told Jordan, I was like, I don't have a single fire spell. He was like, I'm gonna find a way to get you to accidentally set everything on fire.
I think that's gonna be between me and Oliver this season.
Yeah,
Oh man.
you guys had some crazy fights at the very beginning too. That was a lot of fun. A quick fuck you to Roll20. But besides that,
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad, gang.
it was a really good time.
Not too bad.
All right. Well, folks, thank you so much for joining us. We are going to be streaming this for, like I said earlier, the next 10 weeks. We will be back here with everyone sans Oliver because someone's been kidnapped. Same bat channel, same bat station. This is going to be 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, every single Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please give us a follow. That way you can be notified the next time that we go live. Or if you'd like to do something else in order to help us out, you can give us a quick little subscribe. It's really nice. We could probably do a little one if you really wanted to.
That's how you want to end this video?
I don't know. I don't know. You could probably just do a quick little subscribe when we want to.
The music's already playing.
I can't. It's weird. Somebody's waving at me. They're telling me to cut it. Cut what? I don't know what you want me to do, guys.
your
I can't
wife.
just end
We
this.
haven't-